What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Blazers Uprise post-game show powered by BetUS. Today, your Portland Trail Blazers get spanked by the Minnesota Timberwolves as they lose 127-102. As they just get destroyed on both ends of the floor in this one. They lose by 25. And this was the first game that really got to me in terms of like, man, I am so tired of this team being horrible, Eric. So, to celebrate, we got shot night. Me and Eric are taking shots. And, I timed this perfectly, right? So I scheduled this before the season, and it's a Friday night, so we're going to enjoy our Friday night. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy your Friday nights. And, it was against the Timberwolves, so kind of expected a bit of a beatdown. So I scheduled this, and it's a perfect time because, oh my goodness, that game was miserable. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring the post-game stream. Eric, brutal game. Like, this was my least favorite game of the year.
Oh, 100% agree, Officer Tori. This game sucked. Was not fun at all. There was a couple of bright moments in the first half watching Robert Williams play really well. Shaden looked really nice in the first half. And then the second half, man, it was just horrible basketball.
Yeah. Brutal, horrible, no good. Basketball from this team, man. I mean, they can't shoot, Eric. They can't shoot, but also in this game, they can't defend either. Like, they get to the line 10 more times. I don't know. It was just brutal all around. But, they shoot 24% from 36 for 25, 22 for 50 for the Timberwolves. They got up 53-point shots and shot 44%. That's insane. It's just brutal watching other teams bury everything, even their backup center, their starting power forward who plays bully ball, Julius Randle. He's hitting threes, and the Blazers on the other end literally can't make a thing. Even Portland's best, or supposedly their best three-point shooter, Anthony Simons, what did he shoot from three today? Because he struggled.
Ended up going 2 for 7 or something. I think he missed his first 5, and then...
It's like the Blazers' good shooters can't make anything, and no matter who they're going against on this Timberwolves team, they're knocking down threes. Even Chenzo hit some threes, and he's been struggling to start the year, shooting 32% going into this one. It's just, this was the first game where I just got completely fed up. And it wasn't like there wasn't any good things in this game. Robert Williams returns. We talked about him last night, and he returns, plays with Klingon in some stretches, plays without Klingon or Ayton in some stretches, and the stretches with Klingon is probably the worst floor spacing I've ever seen in my life, man. Oh my goodness, that's some disgusting 1990s basketball. But he has a great game in his first 11 minutes, has 13 points, is his first career 3. Like, that was the only bright spot of this game, was Robert Williams comes back and looks really, really good. Outside of that, this was another one of those games where I don't think any other players played well. So shout out to Rob Will, man. Welcome back to the NBA.
Now put him back in bubble wrap until we trade him.
Yeah. His season stats look good. His 3-point percentage is 100%. You're good now. You showcased him, and he's healthy, and now you can put him back in bubble wrap.
Mm-hmm. In all fairness, if he did not have the injury concerns, I would be all for keeping him and having him and Klingon be our center combos of the future. But unfortunately, you just cannot. You cannot.
Yeah.
Think that he's going to be healthy enough to play. Like, I would love for him to be. I'm not wishing anything upon him. Here's hoping he never has another injury issue again. But you can't take that chance if you're Portland. Unfortunately, no matter how cool of a guy he is, no matter how much we need that type of player, I think if he ends up having any value to a contender, you have to jump on that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, yeah. Eric, I'm just not even in the mindset to even break down this game. Like, it's just, just like the Blazers came out tonight and laid an egg, I just feel like laying an egg.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a weird thing to say, but let's ignore that. I mean, Minnesota's a good team. Minnesota's a playoff caliber team, and it's, there's some people with hope. Some people that thought the Blazers could be a play-in team or a playoff team. They're 3-7 right now. It's pretty obvious exactly what they are. They are a very bad team that is going to end up tanking the second half of the year once again. It's just tough watching a game like this where Sharp, I know he just got back, but he did not look good in this game. Scoot, had some good moments in this game. It wasn't necessarily a bad game, but like you look at Scoot, you look at Simons, and you look at some of these guys, and it's tough not to get down and wonder, like, man, are we even any closer to winning basketball than we were when we got Shaden Sharp or traded Dame? Like, have we actually progressed? Because it's just such a monumental difference between these two basketball teams. The Minnesota Timberwolves play both sides of the floor. I said the Blazers should be a top half defense, like around average this season. But before this game, let me go see what
this game's not going to help.
This game's not going to help, but I'll go find what they were ranked going into this game. But just offensively, they don't guard the three-point line, which is funny because teams didn't shoot a good percentage against them last year, but this year feels more like the years under Terry Stotts where the Blazers just literally cannot guard the three-point line, and teams just pop off from three, and it's just so frustrating how soft we guard on the ball against shooters. Like, we'll close out and close out short, and like a guy will... It'll be a shooter. He'll catch the pass. We'll close out. The guy will like hesitate or pump fake and then almost look at our defenders like, wait, you're not going to close out on me? Okay, shoots a wide open three. And it's just ridiculous, man. Like, we give up too much dribble drive for how soft we play on the ball. It's like, at least take something away. But in a game like this, it's like you took away literally nothing. You literally took nothing away from them. You didn't try anything. You just sat back in this one and got your teeth kicked in, and it's just a brutal thing, man, because you got some good defenders on this team and you had some good defensive moments, but it's just not good enough. In going into this game, Portland had the 24th adjusted defensive rating. Their defense should not be that bad, and it's going to be even worse after this one. It's probably going to be bottom 5 to 6. They have the worst offense in the league. It's ranked 30th in adjusted offensive rating, and people say, oh, they've played a tough schedule. Well, adjusted offensive and defensive rating takes into account strength of schedule. This team is just straight up bad. I mean, and we knew it going in, man. It's just, I don't know. Is this team better in Game 10 than they were in Game 1? When they got destroyed by the Golden State Warriors? Like, is this team getting better defensively? I mean, Ant's still struggling. It's just a little disappointing, even with the low expectations.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's my thing. The defense, yeah, you could say it's slightly better than last year or whatever. But that's also because
not backed up statistically, though.
I know, but like any improvements they made on D is simply because we have a couple of better defenders. Like, it's not because we're scheming better. We have better game plans. We have better players that are winning their matchups on defense, or not switching when they shouldn't and stuff like that. Like, it's literally just because we added a couple better defenders. So you're going to hopefully be better. But I mean, it's pretty clear when you go up against some of these teams that are really well coached, like Minnesota is, that, I mean, it's almost an unfair playing field when you're matching Chauncey's coaching up against some of these really good coaches.
And you know what stands out to me? So I'm on dunksandthrees.com, okay? This is the difference between the defense last year compared to this year. And their strength and weakness here kind of flipped in a way. So last year, Portland gave up the... Let's see here. Defensive shot distribution. They gave up the 22nd most frequent shots at the rim, which I thought it was last. I guess they changed some stats or something. But in terms of efficiency, they were last in terms of efficiency. Yeah. So teams last season shot the best percentage at the rim against the Blazers than any other team in the league. So the Blazers team shot really, really well at the rim against the Blazers, and they got to the rim quite a bit. Okay. But teams had the third lowest three-point shooting percentage against the Blazers, and the Blazers ran teams off the line. They gave up the 8th fewest three-point shots, okay? This season, the Blazers actually deter shots at the rim. They give up the 3rd fewest shots at the rim in the league, okay? They still give up a terrible percentage at the rim. They are 26th in terms of opponent rim shooting percentage. So teams still score when they get to the rim. They're just getting to the rim a lot less. But the biggest difference, I said the Blazers were 3rd in opponent three-point percentage last year. They are 23rd this year, and it's going to get worse after the Timberwolves dropped 22 of 50 on them, good for 44%. Okay, so that's teetering on bottom 5. Also, the Blazers are giving up a ton of threes. They're giving up the 3rd most threes in the league. So teams are just destroying this team behind the arc. And when they can get to the rim, they still finish well. The only good thing defensively about the Blazers right now is teams aren't getting to the rim so much, but it goes into what I said at the start of the stream, Eric, is the Blazers are just playing super soft on the ball. They're not doing a good job fighting through screens. They are giving up threes in order to take away drives. And to me, that says, okay, maybe that's a game plan thing, but also you do have some defenders on this team that aren't very good and are trying not to get beat off the dribble and are giving up threes because of it.
Well, I mean, when you run a drop scheme too, you're going to give up threes as well. But it's just the weird thing is I think the NBA this year is setting the record too for most threes compared to twos in games, and I think it's the highest it's ever been so far. And, who knows if that'll continue the whole season? But I mean, teams are shooting threes at a really high clip. So you would think if that's the case, your strategy shouldn't be to allow that many threes. And, last night we gave up, I think they shot 41% the Spurs against us. Tonight's 44%. Like, you're never going to win games doing that crap.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, the defense isn't good enough, and it's a big coaching issue to me, how soft these dudes defend on the ball, man. Like, we don't rotate. We don't close out hard on shooters, right? Like, we just are terrible defending the three-point line. People say three-point shooting is variable, but I thought this team was much better defending the three-point line last year. We just got blown by all the time and didn't have any rim protection. Now at least you got Klingon, and I guess now you got Robert Williams III. Ayton is not a rim protector. I think that's obvious given the percentage the Blazers are giving up at the rim, right? And it's just a backbreaker, man. It's just a backbreaker when you give up a really high percentage at the rim, and then you give up a really high percentage from three and let teams shoot a bunch of threes on good efficiency against you. The other thing is defensively, we don't necessarily send teams to the foul line a lot. I feel like we foul a lot, or at least it's our good defenders that foul a lot. Like Tamani fouls too much and plays really good defense, but he kind of takes himself out of the game defensively with some of his fouls, and we need him defensively on the floor. This team is a noticeably better defensive team with him on the floor. I wish we saw more Tamani on Anthony Edwards. We saw him for stretches, but there was times where the Blazers just were getting cross-matched, or I don't know what the deal was. There was just there was some possessions where Anthony Edwards had the ball and was cooking Ant, and that's going to happen. So overall, just really, really rough defensive night. And I understand that this offense is going to suck. You don't have a star, and you have two guys that try and play like they're stars, but aren't close to being stars. And those, of course, are Anthony Simons and Jeremy Grant, who have been bad offensively this year. And they've shot 33% from three. They're just not particularly good players right now, just with the way they've chucked shots and been efficient. So it's like, okay, offensively, your two guys that can kind of score aren't scoring. You're not going to be able to do much. At least offensively, get after it and don't get embarrassed by teams. But we've seen some games where this team just gets eviscerated, and that's the most disappointing thing.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of the defense and the fouls and stuff, the problem is we're getting a lot of cheap fouls, like in the backcourt, or like ones that don't have to be committed. They're not necessarily shooting fouls, but what that's doing is we're getting into the penalty really early in quarters, and then they have to go the whole rest of the quarter without trying to foul. And then when you do that, like Tumani gets 2 fouls early in this game, and then he can't be as aggressive pretty much the rest of the game, because then he picks up his 3rd foul right before half, and he picks up his 4th foul in the 3rd quarter, and then from there on you can't play defense the way you normally play defense, because you're always worried about setting them to the line if they're in the bonus, or getting into foul trouble if you're someone who has had that happen to him lots, like Tamani this year. So some of the cheap fouls they need to find a way to get rid of. I mean, like Tamani, a couple of his were bad. I mean, you can argue they weren't fouls or whatever, but the refs have been calling him on it. He needs to try and adjust to it. Scoot had a couple of fouls in the backcourt tonight. Anthony had 2 fouls in like 1.2 seconds. We can't be doing that stuff too if we're going to be a good defense.
Yep. I'm already kind of worn out from this team, man. This was kind of the game that I was just over it.
To be fair, I mean, yes, this game sucked, but like, I don't know. I felt like even like last night and even like the OKC loss, I don't know. I felt like there were some enjoyable moments in those games. It wasn't like, oh man, I have to watch this team play. But there was definitely a point in this game where I was like, can this game please be over, man? This sucks.
Yeah, dude, it's just so. I don't know, man. Like, this is one of those games where after a game like this, I'm just thinking, man, this organization has fallen so far off. This organization is just, it's brutal. It's brutal. And a lot of hope with the draft next year, man. But it's like, okay, you draft Klingon, you draft Scoot, you draft Sharp. You got 3 straight top 7 picks. And it's like, my confidence that the Blazers got a star out of that is just very, very low. And it's like, damn, we've already been at this for 3 years already. And it's still like, okay, well, we probably don't have our star on our roster, let alone like a superstar. And you go out there, you watch Anthony Edwards play the way he does. It's like, man, will we ever be able to get that guy? It's really tough for me not to think that sort of stuff right now because, dude, I know people have hope that it's Sharp. And this isn't based on like anything he's done this year, right? Because he's barely played. I don't know, man. Like, is Sharp ever going to be able to break down defenses off the dribble with his handle the way Anthony Edwards can? Like, he has so much growth left to do. He has time, but it's really hard to become that good. And that dude freaking torched us tonight, man. It's like, you either got to find a way to be a top 5 defensive team or you need a superstar is how I view it. And a game like this is just tough not to look at it like, man, how far away are we from both? Because we aren't, I don't think we're close. So that's why we got the alcohol on tap tonight, Eric. I'm ready to take a shot, like angrily take a shot. Okay?
Yeah, maybe we should start figuring out who won our little contest.
I'll toss it up on the screen.
Yeah, real quick though, it's tough because the second half was the exact opposite of this. He really struggled and looked rusty and like he hadn't played in a while. But I thought in the first half of this game, I was like, whoa, Shaden's like, there he goes, flashing some of those things that you just mentioned. He had a nice no-look pass. He was breaking down off the dribble. He was getting up and harassing people as a defender like Anthony Edwards does. Like it seemed like he could get his shot up like in pretty much any situation. And I was like, man, this is looking pretty good if this is game 2 Sharp. And unfortunately, in the second half, kind of put a bummer to those thoughts. But I think I'm still hopeful that Sharp could be that guy. Like you said, chances are he's not going to be Anthony Edwards. I mean, if we're just going to have to bet on it, it's a low percentage chance. But I do think he has a skill set that does have a somewhat of a star trajectory if he continues to like tweak some of his ball handling and some of those other things, continues to learn how to play defense and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to come away from this game with like hope. He made 2 shots. He was 2 for 8 and had 2 assists and 2 turnovers. You know what I mean? Like a ton of guys have moments
he
where
looked
they
terrible in the second half.
Yeah, and like a ton of guys have moments where they look really good. Shoot, if Banton was Sharp's age, we'd say, "Oh man, look at those star level flashes." You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like I'm not limiting Sharp, okay? And this is too early. He's 21. It's just I don't know, man. Like, it's just tough to have a ton of confidence that the star is already on the roster. And there's a comment, always given the benefit of the doubt to Scoot and not Sharp. Please notice how I'm saying anyone on this roster. I'm not more confident in Scoot becoming a star than Sharp. I think if I had to bet, I would probably put my money on Sharp becoming that star. But it's tough to have faith, man. Like, we need this organization, this city, this fan base needs a dude to rally around that is actually like on the path to superstardom, right? Dame was an all-star his second year, and he was an older college player, but like that was a dude to rally around. Aldridge left, and it's like, oh, Dame's gonna score 27 a game this year. Like, you already know Dame's gonna start going off, right? And you could rally around Dame, and he gave the organization hope. In the organization, we know what they did with that hope. They stomped it out, but at least he gave him hope and was a fun guy to rally around that could put the team on his back. I need that, man. And sometimes you can get it in a rookie if it's like a generational guy, but oftentimes you gotta wait. So maybe that does become Sharp. Maybe that does become Scoot. But right now, we've drafted 3 years in a row in the top 7. It still feels like, man, we're not particularly close to having that guy. Does get me down a little bit. So.
Yeah, I will say, I mean, you are the guy who preaches patience with Scoot. Like, I think.
You gotta have patience with Scoot. You gotta have patience with Sharp.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to get too high or low on Sharp, without giving him a little bit of runway to get back.
I would have said all this stuff. I would have said all this stuff before he even played. It doesn't have anything to do without him playing. I said this last offseason. And that's the thing with like drafting Klingon, which I like Klingon, but I don't know, man. He's struggled a little bit lately. Like, my concerns with him are, is he going to be mobile and quick enough to actually have the defensive impact that he should have? Because, he's had a good impact as a rookie. There's just like the strength when finishing. He has some stuff to work on, and that's the case with any young player. And I'll preach patience with Klingon as well, but he's not going to be somebody that leads their offense. So the Blazers need that guy in this year's draft. So I guess a loss like this is good tonight, of course, right? Well, but they need to get that guy out of this year's draft.
I mean, that's the funny part, though, is like I know a good portion of the fan base is fine with them losing. I'm not saying everyone, but there is a possible consolation prize to the losing. So it might behoove them to have games like this year. You just hope that it doesn't look this ugly, because like it's going to be a long season if we have to do this. And then the more they look like this, the more it's probably going to be a situation where we're watching like Chris Murray play 30 minutes in March, and I'm hoping that's not the case this year.
Yep. Ashley says tanking is lame and I'm over it. It's killing my love for the game. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I understand it, and it's like a necessary evil, if you want to put it that way. But man, it's getting tiresome. It's getting tiresome, and I was just hoping, like, they're 3-5, right? They're going up against the Spurs, and it's like they had a couple good moments, and one of those losses was close against the Pelicans. It's like, man, okay, maybe if they actually improve, man, like, maybe this team can actually just be in more games. I'm not expecting them to win them. It's just like, okay, be more competitive. Don't get blown out as much. And then they lose by double digits against the Spurs. And then they got Sharp. They got Rob Will back. And Rob Will has an amazing first half, and it doesn't even matter. Like,
yeah,
it's brutal.
I think it is important to note, like, Robert Williams isn't coming in the game in the first half if they're tanking, right? Like they were trying to play well, and that might be kind of the frustrating part, is like, if they were like purposely tanking, then you kind of explain away some of these performances like this. But this particular game, I don't know, it seemed like they were trying to win. It's just we had a lot of really terrible performances.
Yeah. Yep. There's a dude in chat saying I'm freaking out, which is not freaking out, but saying maybe freaking out is a bad word, but for sure negative vibes when there's a lot of positivity to focus on. What positivity was there from this game? This team is the worst offense and a borderline bottom 5 defense after the first 10 games. I don't know. It's tough to take a ton of positives away from it. Sharp hasn't gotten a chance to like play and get his legs under him, so that's not positive yet. Scoot's development early in the season has been a positive. Kamara was a positive until the last 2 games, and tonight he was downright horrific offensively and got in foul trouble defensively. He had 6 turnovers, no assists, and shot the ball 3 times in 25 minutes. He looked terrible. And it's like, against elite defense, you got to be able to score. And this whole team just looked completely lost offensively against a defense like this. Completely lost. Part of it is system. Part of it is definitely Chauncey. Chauncey's system looks freaking amateurish against a defense like this. I mean, it looks amateurish on a lot of other nights, but especially against a defense like this. Right. But like that's the thing, is like, man, it's stars can take over games against really good elite defenses. And I don't know, man. Like, there's just a lot of growth that needs to happen for any of these guys to ever be that guy. And people had some hope that it would be Ant, and he got hot in the third quarter, man. But he's 6 for 16, 2 for 7, 2 assists in 27 minutes. Like, he wasn't making plays for others. Maybe he'd have a couple more assists if we shot good from 3. But like, at the end of the day, it was nice when his shots were going in the third quarter. Outside of that, he was a very clear negative on this team. And I think, on average, he's been a negative impact this year in terms of this team being competitive, which is saying a lot considering this team isn't that good. But, like, I don't know. He had a decent game last game. I've just been very disappointed in Ant, as much as probably anybody. As much, Grant's had some struggles, but ultimately you look to trade him. Ant, I was hopeful he could take a step this year, man, and a lot of other people were. I know you were, Eric, and it just has not looked like he's ready to take a step. His next step from this will be just getting back to where he was last year, and that's just a shame to say.
Yeah, and I mean, it's still relatively small sample size, but he has looked very bad this year. I don't like some of those shots he took at the beginning or at the end of the second half. I mean, not second half, the first half, second quarter, just terrible. He looked like he was stuck in mud on a couple of them, and like just no energy. And then, he pops for that huge dunk, and then he hits a couple shots after that. And maybe that helps him get back on track. But man, I don't know what the answer to that is. He has not played well, and I mentioned this a couple of streams ago. You can't you can't do the whole I want to win type thing and then contribute to this team losing. You can't have it both ways. So he's definitely got to get out of this funk, or he's probably not going to be around much longer.
Yep. Yep, absolutely, man. I always fought against people that said, "Oh, he should be coming off the bench. He should be coming off the bench." I said, "No, he's too good for that." Right now, he's just looking like a microwave scorer, like a six-man, which is fine, I guess. But he was better than that last year, so I don't know what happened. He looks like he didn't work enough on his game in the offseason, and I don't really want to put that out there because maybe he did. I don't know, but it's just like, why are you worse? Why, like, is it mental? Is there off the court stuff? You know, there's a lot of things that could be contributing to him playing worse, right? And I don't know what the truth is. It's just tough to see a dude that's still this young seemingly take a step backwards. He didn't get to the line at all today. Like, he was getting to the free throw line at least the first few games, and that's kind of trickled off a little bit. And just the shot, man. Like, his bread and butter is supposed to be shooting threes. And last year, what did he shoot from three? He shot like a heavy volume, so, you know, like the percentage maybe didn't do him justice. He shot 38% from three on almost 9 attempts per game. He's down to 32%. So hopefully that shot gets back to where it needs to be. But, you know, with Scoot showing some improvement and barely playing, like, not barely playing, like, not playing the minutes that he should be. You know, he had 20 minutes last night. In tonight's game, he played a lot more, played 32 minutes, played more than Simons, right? So that was good. It's just like, man, you got Sharp, you got Scoot, at least that's the future, and you don't know what those guys are going to be. The more Anthony struggles like this, the more I am just kind of resigned to, okay, he's a guy that can get hot and get buckets, and beyond that, like, he's a good playmaking too. He's not a point guard, and he's not a lead guy for sure. So, you know, and you look at teams like OKC, Boston, he would not start for them. You know, they got really good teams, but how many contenders in the league would he actually start on? So maybe he is a sixth man. He's not as good as Darius Garland or Donovan Mitchell. The Knicks, you know, his best role would probably be that sixth man role on that Knicks team. So Golden State, yeah, he'd probably start for them. I mean, they're starting Buddy Hield, right? They don't really have a starting two, so yeah, and he'd probably look really good in their system, right? But there's a
Hield's
lot of
been awesome.
Yeah, there's a, you know, he wouldn't start for Phoenix. Phoenix is the number one team in the West, so
He might start over Tyus.
No, they need like an actual point guard steady guy. They don't need another like volume shot maker streaky scorer. So, yeah, I don't think you'd start over Tyus there. So it's just, yeah, maybe he is a sixth man. Maybe he is. I always fought against that, but I don't know. Maybe he is.
I mean, he'd start on the Lakers. He'd start on the Clippers. He'd start on the
the Clippers. The Clippers suck right now.
Yeah, that's true. Not a contender.
The Lakers are 4.
I mean, he'd start on the Nuggets probably.
I don't know. Christian Brown has been pretty good this year and plays defense and is an energy guy, and they like that.
Yeah, but he could be the 3. I guess Michael Porter Jr. is still there.
Yeah.
I know
don't
they
think they
want
want
to
to
get
go that small. Although Michael Porter Jr. doesn't really play big, so I don't know. But like that's the thing is you look at all these top teams, and it's like, man, there's definitely some you wouldn't start on, and then other ones it's debatable. Like, you know, it's at some point like he was gonna stop improving, like he was gonna hit a wall in terms of his development or hit his ceiling. And the hope was his ceiling would be maybe star level for people that were optimistic. Maybe his ceiling was last year. I don't know. But here's the thing. I feel like he's going to get hot for a streak this season and like have a month where he averages 25 a game. Is going to be like, oh, look, that's the jump you're hoping for. But what I always say about the best players in the league is they do it consistently. Like they'll consistently have nights like Anthony Edwards had tonight. guys that will have like a good 2, 3, 4 weeks and then fall off, like those are not star caliber players. Like stars are stars, and they're stars all the time. And they play at that level pretty much all the time. So
to be fair, Dame and CJ both had years where they started off looking awful, and it was like, what is wrong with them? and they ended up being fine most of the time.
I mean, CJ was never a star. And
No,
I feel
I know,
like
I'm just
that's the best comparison, right? Is CJ. So yeah. But anyway.
All right, let's figure out these shots situation. I'm almost finished with my first drink.
Okay, well, let me thank some donations, and we'll get to it. Shout out to JP Savvy, member for 11 months. Has finally caught a stream. Thank you, JP Savvy, for being a channel member. Shout out to Young Woo, 99, $5 donations. Billups came into the organization saying he will hold players accountable, yet he will play Ant 30-plus minutes every game, no matter how bad he plays. Thank you for the donation. I mean, Ant's going to get his minutes no matter what, and, I mean, there's not enough offensive talent on this team to say that he shouldn't, even when he's playing bad. But, yeah, it's... He only played 27 minutes tonight, so, but how many of those were garbage time? That's probably why. Shout out to Horror Director, $20 donation, says, sorry for my negativity, but I'm a Cleveland Browns fan due to my dad and Trailblazer fan due to my wife, and the L's are piling up. I am sorry that you're a Cleveland Browns fan, man. That's brutal. That's brutal. I'm a Mariners fan, though, but, you know, at least we didn't have a Deshaun Watson, because screw that guy. Thank you for the $20 donation.
Yeah, it would suck to be a Browns fan.
Yeah. Super Hachamishu says, Tori's so negative tonight. It's versus a contender, bro. We good. The old Tori is back, Eric. Negative Tori.
You are being pretty negative.
I told you, man. This was one of those games that just I couldn't stand this game. So you know what? It's time to drink, okay? So this is shot night. Me and Eric picked players for categories, okay? And the loser of each category has to take a shot, okay? Most points. Maybe part of the reason I'm being so negative is because Simon sold me here. Simon's absolutely sold me. You won this, right? Like, Edwards and Randall.
I don't even think we have to do the math.
Had 59 points. Reed and DiVincenzo had like 29. Simon's had 16, 39, 45. Ayton didn't do crap in this game. Yeah. So, okay. So, one shot from me. We got 6 categories, chat, by the way. Okay. The second category, most assists. I had Simons, Edwards, Randall. I'll count up mine. You count up yours. You had Henderson, Conley, Avdia. I think this one might be close. Say the assist you got on 3, okay? You ready?
Wait, hold on. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 11.
6.
Let's go. Simons didn't sell me there with his 2 assists. Okay, so that's 1-1.
Who had a bunch of assists for you, Edwards?
Edwards had 5, and then Randall had 4.
Okay, that works.
And then we have most rebounds. Let me... Gobert, Reed, and Edwards for me.
Gobert. I made a horrible pick thinking Ayton would.
Ayton had 6 rebounds in 18 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, when does Ayton only play 18 minutes? He usually plays like 30, so.
I know. Well, when you got Robert Williams doing whatever happened in the first half. So Gobert had 15. So Ayton, Randall, and Avdia combined for 17.
Not even that, yeah.
17. By Gobert, Nasri, Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards has 6. Okay, so that's 2 for Eric, 1 for me.
Nice.
Okay,
I want to lose these. I was like disappointed when I was winning all these categories halfway through the game because I was like, man, I want to take some shots.
You know what? I was just about to be more positive, but now you got me thinking that I also want to drink more shots, so I don't know how I feel anymore. All right, 4th category, we got to like, oh, goodness, I'm like moving other things on accident. Okay, let's see here. Can I crop this, please? Okay. you want to read off that member message while I crop this down?
Yeah.
Total points is the bottom one. I had 224. Eric had 220. So that's 3 for Eric, 1 for me. Okay. And then we got highest 3-point percentage.
David Lester, member for 1 month, says, appreciate you guys through a tough stretch of Blazers basketball. Don't get too down on a second night of a back-to-back. Keep bringing the joy. Thank you, David. Appreciate it.
I gotta feel the joy to bring it, but I'll try. Thank you for the member message, man. It's a Friday. It's a Friday. That's where my joy comes in. So Simon's 3 for 9. Naz Reid 3 for 5. That's 6 for 14. Alexander Walker 1 for 2. That's 7 for 16. And then Ayton was 0 for 1. That's 7 for 17.
You included Simons?
3 for 9, yeah.
Okay.
No, 2 for 7. Okay, I gotta do the math again. You do your math, I'll do my math, and I'll actually do it right up.
Arrow's doing it for us.
All right,
He
Arrow.
says, I was 12 for 27.
Yeah. And what was I?
What was Tori?
Tori gonna try to use that Mad Dog or some Malibu, and Eric's got bourbon. No, I got the same stuff as Eric. We got Fireball.
Can you do Tori too?
Okay, 2 for 7 plus 3 for 5 is 5 for... No, you just posted, Arrow. You do the math. You do the math.
12 for 27 is 44.44444. So
That's gonna be tough.
yeah.
Arrow says, bruh.
You got this.
I believe in you. You could probably just put the whole box score into a spreadsheet and have it done in like 10 seconds. Knowing you. Cleveland's 10-0. Yeah, Cleveland looks great. Nurkic is killing it. Yeah, Nurkic finally started playing better. Good for him. Fireball shots are probably the easiest shots to take on Earth. I don't agree.
I got a Jack Daniels.
Fireball's easy, so that's good. Okay, I guess we're taking the Jack Daniels because I got Jack Daniels, but it's apple. Next time we'll do vodka. We'll do some tougher stuff. I don't think he's calculating my 3-point percentage. He just said bruh, and that's all. So
All right.
oh, 6 for 15, 40%.
All right. So that's 2 for you, 3 for me.
Okay, and highest free throw percentage.
I saw Anthony Edwards miss his first free throw, and you were like, oh, yeah.
Avdia was shooting 80% from the free throw line, and I took him, and that's a mistake. He was 1 for 3. I had DiVincenzo, Conley, and Reed. Reed didn't shoot a free throw. DiVincenzo was 2 for 2, and Conley didn't shoot a free throw. So I'm 3 for 5.
60%?
Yeah, I think you got me because you got Simons. He didn't shoot a free throw. Grant was 2 for 3. Scoot was 4 for 4. Scoot, man. Now you go and make free throws. And Edwards was 4 for 5. Yeah, you beat me. 3-3.
Nice.
3-3.
That worked out perfect. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, we cool. Yeah, we
You know what? Okay. We know Fireball is stupid, but it's something that's like a good shot to take on a stream or something. Like it's got a decent amount of alcohol in it. They're cheap. It's easy to do. Are you gonna do Jack Daniels or?
I'll do Jack Daniels since chat's complaining so much.
All right.
I'll do the Jack Daniels. And next time, chat, we can let you decide. No, they'll decide something that'll kill us. So I don't know if we should do that. We should
Everclear or something.
Yeah. Moonshine.
All right, pouring my Jack.
I don't even have it open, so hold on. Apparently, I'm really bad at opening alcohol.
Get the LeBron Hennessy.
LeBron has Hennessy?
I don't know. I think so.
Rubbing alcohol. Yeah, next time we'll take shots of rubbing alcohol just for Zach. Arrow, I don't even know what that is or how to pronounce it, so it sounds kind of scary.
Absinthe.
Yeah.
It's basically never clear.
So let's see. I don't even have like an actual shot glass, so I have to pour it into a glass. But I got whatever this is called that measures it. So
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
Nice.
Do you guys want ASMR? Do you guys want to hear it?
That sounds. Go.
Anyway, be careful, Tori. You'll poke an eye out. Reference to the last time when I popped a cork on my room and I hit off every wall. That was scary.
He's not popping the rosé this time.
That was scary. That was a fun stream, man. That was a fun stream.
We got it.
If you were not there for that stream, you missed out. It was a magical stream, man. At least we're not the Bucks or the Sixers. They're even worse. But yeah.
Well, can you imagine having
Damon being bad? Actually, yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, you're not thinking you're going to be, like, one of the worst teams in the league. You're thinking championship contender, possibly, and then you're like that. At least for us, we got the consolation of we know if we're bad, there's still maybe a reward at the end of that. The Bucks don't even have their own pick, so.
All right, this dude's getting banned for the rest of the stream for being an asshole. 24-hour ban. Goodbye. Okay. All right. Cheers to a 25-point loss.
Downed it.
It's well, yeah, it's a shot. That's how it's supposed to go, right?
No, I
that smelled a lot better than it tasted.
Wasn't good. Cheers.
It wasn't that bad.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Tori.
Yep. Anyway, I'll take one more right now, and then I can take the third one later, I guess. But I have not taken shots in years. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't.
Cheers to not drinking. That's totally fine too. We're just having some fun.
I just heard a drink crack open in my house somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, rest in peace to Brian Wheeler. Cheers to him. That was sad. Before the game was announced that he passed away at the age of 62. One of the best radio play-by-play announcers I think you could have, man, because you could feel the game through his voice. You could feel the emotion, all that.
Joe Davis is calling me out. He says Eric took his like a SoCal girl chaser before the shot is swallowed. LOL. No hate, just playing. It's actually if another drinking your shot with another drink is girly, then I guess that's girly. But
we need to open up a Blazers Uprise bar or something so these people can come show us how it's done, since they are such experts on drinking.
But yeah, I'm drinking an alcoholic beverage with my drink, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's bad.
So some people didn't know that Wheels passed away. So yeah, Brian Wheeler passed away today, age of 62.
Sucks. Him and Sean's both gone now, and this is the. See, Wheels came at a time where, I mean, I know a lot of you are younger, won't remember this, but the way the organization treated Bill Shawnlee towards the end of his career was just terrible. They kind of pushed him out, and then they hired Wheels, and, you're following a legend, and it was a really difficult situation, and then Sean's wanted to go back to radio and not retire, and they didn't let him, so they had him do TV instead, and all this stuff. But through it all, Wheels, just great guy, and he ended up becoming I mean, you can't be as much of a legend as Bill Shawnley, but he became like a legend in his own right and became like a Blazer, and that's really hard to do, to like not only follow the guy and do a good job, but like then to become like a good broadcaster, a longtime broadcaster with that organization as well, and then have people say, "Wow, like he actually did a really good job." And I know it kind of, if you've watched this from the beginning, I mean, this happened before we started doing Blazers Uprise, but the whole like Mike and Mike thing with Calabro and stuff, like I never really, I can admit that part of my bias against Calabro for years was that he wasn't a Blazer and he was from Seattle and all this stuff, and I know Wheels was too, but like it's just it's weird when you have an outsider come in and you're used to like guys that were Blazers and they were fans of the team and knew nothing else but Blazer or Blazer basketball and stuff like that. But Wheels became that guy. Like he somehow flipped the script on all that, and like I'll never forget because like there were times where not every game was on TV, so you did have to listen to the radio. Now it's different. You can illegally stream or watch legally every game, but you could tell. All you had to hear was one word from Wheels, and you knew exactly how the game was going, like if it was good or bad, or like just a little inflection in his voice. Like I felt like he was gonna have a heart attack and die like every game when we lost, but like I don't know, just like he was so up and down with the team, and as a fan who wore his heart on his sleeve and also gets really up and really down with the team. Like that, those were good times, man. And he has some epic calls, and just an awesome guy. It's really sad that it ended up that way with the health problems, and I know financially he wasn't in good shape either towards the end. And I still think it's a shame the Blazers didn't step in and provide some better health insurance for him when he started having problems. But man, what a great representative of the team. And once again, he got pushed out too towards the end. So this organization never really learns with that regard. But we won't make it about that tonight. Wheels, rest in peace, man. You were a great one.
Yep, well said, man. Well said.
Did you take your second shot? I didn't
I'm
see.
about to take it. I wasn't going to take it while you were giving that speech, so. Anyway. Oh, man. Okay, I psyched myself. Okay. I need to catch my breath. You know? My breath has to be right.
All right, cheers again, everyone.
Oh, man, that was worse than the first time. Oh, man.
Happy now. I waited to chase till I swallowed.
How do we know?
How do
we know you swallowed?
Watch the stream. Watch the stream. It's obvious.
No, it's obvious you swallowed.
Yeah.
Cool. Good for you. Anyway. Yeah.
Bouquet says, wow, only girls drink without a chaser. Can't win either way, I guess.
I know. Always, chat's always critiquing, man.
I'm just messing with you, Joe. Come on. We're having fun tonight, right? What are we going to do? Talk about the game some more, Tori? Like, come on, let's have some fun.
I know. Part of the reason why I get tired and why I get negative, okay, for the people that are like, you're so negative tonight. Like, I want to feel the adrenaline and the suspense of a Blazer game again. In terms of like us being good and playing for something. Okay, as a fan, I want to feel that.
Can't rush it though.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like I miss that, dude, because it's been so long that it's just been so long. So I miss that, number one. Number two, like, I want it for the channel bad. I want this team to be good for this channel. Because I feel like, in a way, you know, like, COVID changed a lot of things. I know I'm 28, but I feel like I kind of, like, grew up isn't the right word, but, like, I grew up with the channel. I came of age with the channel, right? Something like that is kind of how I phrase it. Yeah, I did. But it's like, we were still so new to streaming when we had our last playoff game, and now it's like we're so comfortable, right? And we do a bunch of cool stuff and all that, and we don't even have the like hope of doing that for a playoff game, right? Or like talking about like playoff matchups and standings and that sort of thing late in the season. And I want that, man.
Who do you want to see in the playoffs, Tori? Should we lose this last game of the season so we avoid the Thunder?
Yeah, and I would have been saying, hell no, let's take on the Thunder. Because that was my attitude.
And me both.
That was our attitude, and people were scared for the Thunder. I was like, hell no, let's take them. It's just like the fact that we started the channel after that playoff run, like the summer after that playoff run, and then just haven't even gotten close. Just so freaking frustrating to me sometimes that that's why I get down, negative, because that's how I feel, man. I want this team to get back to being competitive. And I want them to contend. The longer we go, the more it's like, man, I'll take a first-round exit. And I hate feeling that way because I don't want this team to just be like a treadmill team that gets run out of the playoffs in the first round every single season. But it's better than this. And it's like, this needs to pay off. And that's where it's like looking at the last 3 years and then watching the way Anthony Edwards go out. It's like, I feel like we didn't get an Anthony Edwards out of the last 3 years. You know what I mean? So it's like, what is it for? You know, it is kind of how my mind will spiral into negativity. Because would love for Anthony Edwards to be a Blazer. I would love for the Blazers to have that star. I'd love for the Blazers to be on the right path towards actually being freaking competitive. And I want that as bad as anybody. And I want to share the excitement of that with all of you. Everybody at home. I want to share the excitement of a playoff run, covering a playoff run, all that sort of stuff, as a journey that me and Eric and you go through. So, I don't know how long it's going to take. Losses like this freaking suck, because it just shows they're far away, you know, and yeah, it's a contending team, so you expect it. This team is rebuilding. I know all of that. I'm the one who preaches patience with young players and all that, but dude, some nights it's just tough to keep that perspective. And hopefully the Blazers can get lucky in the lottery this year, man. I mean, that's basically where all the hopes and dreams lie, right? So
Zach says if we ended the channel right now, tomorrow Shaden Sharp would start producing at a star level, and they'd probably make a conference finals run.
How dare you put that on us, Zach?
Yeah, it's all our fault.
Messed up, man. Messed up.
Hey says, I gotta say, you guys make being a Blazer fan during the bad times, or fun during the bad times. Thanks, man. That's like one of the best compliments we can get.
We try. I mean, part of it too is like I gotta try and find new ways to make streams fun and new ways to have fun and ways to keep things fresh. And it gets more and more difficult the more and more we lose. So that's why we're drinking tonight.
James Yang said your channel would blow up if we were a good team. Man, that season we started off 10-4. We had
like 800 concurrent viewers.
There was a couple times we had over 1,000. Yeah, it was like, holy crap. And like everyone was just happy, and you know, everyone was like just having fun.
Yeah, it's And that's the thing is I don't focus too much on viewership numbers. I'm streaming for the people that are watching us. That's what matters to me. If you're in here, that's what matters. Like that's respectable that you're still hanging with this team in these sorts of losses and watching a post game stream in these sorts of losses. So that means something to me because there's a lot of people that don't pay attention to the team until they're good and haven't paid attention in years, but will be back when they're good. And listen, I fully understand that, so it would never shame somebody like that, but you guys are here, so that means something.
You guys are the meat and potatoes of our fan base. Like you're the ones
meat and potatoes. You heard it first.
Will it'll mean more to us. We know we're not fair weather fans if we're talking about losing by 25 to the Timberwolves in November for 2 hours on a post-game show, and you guys are all sticking with us. Like, we're all in this together, right? And see, this is the thing about sports is if in a couple of years, the Blazers are contenders and we go on a deep run or, I don't know if my heart could take this, but heaven forbid we win a championship or something like that. Like, just think of how special that would be, considering like how we stuck with everything through all the lows and everything like that. Like, so there is some cool stuff that could come of all these bad times because it does make the good times that much better once they start happening. So all it takes is that 1 year. Like, that's all I want. It's 1 year, right? 1 year where we win a championship. Heck, Tori, I think you would take one championship out of any of your teams, right?
I'd just take a playoff series run from this team right now, man. But yeah, no, I feel you. There's a donation. I don't know if it's mocking me or just making a joke. But Horror Director, $10 donation says, "Oh, look, I'm Tori. I'm dramatic because I love my team and care about them and wear my heart on my sleeve. What I'd give for the Blazers to win."
I guarantee that's not mocking you. He's mocking people who are making fun of you about that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. See, I'm slightly tipsy, so my comprehension...
Tori's already drunk 2 shots. Let's go.
No. Also, the second shot was like... So this top part is like a shot and a half, okay? So I'm probably 2.5 in. I'm putting in the extra work, Eric, okay? I don't know about you. I don't know how much extra you've drinking, but I'm putting in the extra work for the channel, so... because that's what I do. But yeah, my comprehension right now is definitely a little bit lower.
Well, I'm gonna take a fireball shot then.
Lightweight. Listen, you can call me a lightweight. I wish I was a lighter weight. Okay.
I mean, he already said he doesn't drink much, so like, I don't drink that much. Although, like lately, yeah.
Zach, 10-second timeout.
10 seconds. Wow.
So Rob Will, man.
What a punishment.
I like that you can designate the time, but I'm not. I don't think I'm a lightweight. I think I'm just.
Oh, here's Tori getting offended now. Tori, you're gonna be offended at being a lightweight. Come on.
I'm not offended. It's
fun.
I'm just speaking my truth, man. Okay. I think I'm just sometimes naturally drunk. So I already got a head start. So. Johnny, why do you always post the same message multiple times? Shout out to Alvaro, who's gifting a membership, and it goes to Horror Director, who has already donated $30 to the stream. So that's karma, okay? That's karma. You donate money. Okay, well, I can't say that due to YouTube's terms and services because that's not how it works, but that's karma. That's karma right there. Shout out to Alvaro. Shout out to Horror Director.
By the way, did you ever add those emojis? Or is there an issue?
Oh, I need to add the emojis. Okay, I'll add the emojis right now, maybe. I need to save them.
Thank you, Alvaro. That's cool when you do that. If I could have picked someone for it to go to tonight, it would have been Horror Director, so that's cool.
Yeah. Shout out to him. Garben wants to see me actually drunk. I will never be wasted on stream.
Take a couple more shots, we'll see.
No, it takes more than 3 shots, bro. I will never. No, listen. I'm supposed to be a professional, according to people that have come in my chat and complained in the past. Okay, so I can't get wasted, man, because I'm professional. All right.
Wait, what? Horde director. What does that mean? He says, "Whatever, Eric, you hate my soul."
Wow, Eric, it's kind of messed up, man.
Ouch! Wait, where does that come from, Horde director?
No, why do you hate his soul?
I have no hate towards Horde director. I don't even know what that means or where it's coming from. No,
because it sounds like you hate his soul.
Remember that Josu guy who?
Josu?
You remember that dude?
Yeah.
And he ended up he outed himself that he met me in real life and never said anything, and I asked him to wear a mask or something in my store during the mask mandates, and he said I was a horrible person for that or something.
Yeah, something
man. Like that. Yeah,
fun times. Fun times. Yeah, I don't know.
Horde director, I need you to explain yourself though.
Let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to read. But no, I will never get wasted on stream because I have to have I have to have self-control, okay? I don't cuss, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. I'm family friendly. I'm very family friendly. So outside of the drinking thing tonight, so hey, Tori and Eric, my phone doesn't understand me speaking while driving. It repeats my text. That's why you text multiple times, is because your phone... What? I don't understand.
It did it again, so...
Yeah. Anyway. But, yeah, I don't know. Basketball, man. I mean... Have you watched any college games lately? Should we do Tankathon? Chat, we need...
Yeah, Tankathon.
Let's do a Tankathon, okay?
Justin says, I saw you around, but you were with your family, so I didn't want to bother you. Hey, man, you can always come say hi. My family doesn't care. But what's up, Justin? Where did you see me at? Just curious.
I gotta get rid of the 3-person overlay and go back to a 2-person overlay. All right. Sorry, hold on.
Oh, at Beatles Sport? Oh, that's cool. You go there? I was with my family. Oh, okay. Well, Justin, if you have a membership there and you're there a lot, I
go beat Eric in a game of 1-on-1.
Yeah.
And you get to replace him as co-host.
Do you play basketball or do you... Oh, you moved gyms this summer. That sucks. So, yeah, that would have been at the beginning of the summer. Yeah.
Remember when we used to, go through Rip City 3-on-3 footage on, post-game shows? That was fun times, man. Now we're too professional, man.
Reese is lying in chat.
Reese is in chat?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Did you play basketball too, Justin?
Looked like 6'1". See, I tell people he's 6'6", but that's just so he feels good, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, he really is 6'1".
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. All right, Tankathon. This is from last night. Let me reset it. And then Portland is now up to 7. Progress, Eric. Progress. And certainly will be better than Philadelphia and Milwaukee, right? In New Orleans? So we might as well be 4th.
Dude, New Orleans is in some trouble right now.
Yeah, man. If I was if you were New Orleans, would you trade Zion and like blow it all up? You can't
Uh,
trade Zion though, but like he's one
no.
of those guys where like a contender would probably give up a lot for him. But if he's your number one guy, he's not reliable enough to build around. But when he is your number one guy, you're not going to get somebody better than him through the draft because they'll probably find a way to win some games with him. So where are you headed if you're them?
Yeah, see, I would have said yes if they hadn't given up that Lakers first for DeJounte. Um, but now I'd probably say you gotta still try.
If we get the number one pick, do I pour this on my head instead?
Oh, you still have to take it, but then you do another shot with.
No, I can't. No, it's supposed to. We're supposed to. I don't want. I don't want to feel bad about getting this number one pick. So I don't know. I don't know about that. If I had water in here, maybe. But now, if I get number one pick, people are gonna tell me to do it. So
If we get a top 4 pick, I'm taking an extra shot.
okay, deal. I'll match you on that. All right.
Nice.
I'll match you on that. All right, simulate the lottery. Let's scroll down to the bottom. Let's scroll up at 14. You got the LA Clippers to OKC. At 13, Dallas, which is kind of funny. At 12 is Sacramento. At 11 is San Antonio. At 10 is Atlanta to San Antonio. At 9 is Miami. So far it's chalk. At 8 is Chicago. Moment of truth, Eric. At 7 is the Portland Trail Blazers.
Boo. Did you even hit?
At 6 is Utah moving down 4 spots. Yes, I hit.
Okay. Darn it.
Yes, I hit.
I meant I'm going to take an extra shot if we don't move up.
You just want an excuse to take an extra shot.
I don't need an excuse, right?
If somebody donates $5 in the next 2 minutes, take an extra shot, okay? Get paid to drink, Eric. That's smart business. At 4 is New Orleans. At 3 is New Orleans. At 2 is New Orleans. No, it's Toronto. And at 1 is Washington. That's crazy.
Cooper and Sarr.
Cooper and Sarr, man. Cooper and Sarr.
Coop and Sarr.
Reese says, God, I'd be so sad if we got number 7. I don't think I could watch a game next season. Well, I guess we got to keep losing. But also, I mean, 7 in this draft is... Oh, look, they have Edge come down to 8. They have Edge
Based
come down
on
to 8.
one game against Gonzaga.
Bro,
His first game.
Yeah, I think McNeely's going to be good.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can be like the number 1 star, but did you see some of like his layups, like some of his finishes in his first UConn game, where he's like using his left and just putting English off the window? I don't know, man. I like him. Demon, however you say his name, Eric. Demon, is that how you say his name?
I don't.
That'd be pretty sick.
I just want to say it. I just want it to be Demon.
You know what? It kind of sucks that he's moved up this board because I was gonna say, just from what I've seen of him, like he seems like somebody that should probably be a top 8 pick. That should be in this upper tier. Trey Johnson has looked really freaking good.
Yeah, he looked really good.
So like Trey Johnson and Demon, however you say his name. Like, just based on the little bit I've seen of them, I feel like they might have been the number 1 pick if they were in last year's draft because, dude, Zachary Risacher being the number 1 pick is just still so funny to me. Like, Zachary Risacher in this year's draft, I don't know if he's a top 10 pick, Eric. I just.
Hey, Risacher had 33 the other night.
Did he?
Yeah. He's been playing well.
I just don't. Yeah, maybe I'm hating on him a little too much, but 6'9" with playmaking skills and the craft that he has is intriguing to me. If you guys haven't watched Igor, go watch yourself some Igor. Our tanking motto for him is Eeyore, for Igor. Okay. You like that reference, Eric, as a father of 3?
Sure.
Cool.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, good old Winnie the Pooh. North Carolina guys aren't playing much. Drake Powell. Newell had a really good first game for Georgia. There's so many intriguing prospects in this year's draft, guys. Even if we don't end up with like Bailey or Flagg, still it's a good outcome. And I'm not completely sold on Bailey. I'm just
a lot of basketball left.
A lot of basketball left. He feels like one of those guys that is really easy to overanalyze negatively, but also at the same time, like, he just doesn't get to the rim. And I don't know if how much that matters. You know, you would like, if you're drafting a superstar, you'd like somebody that can get to the rim. He can really shoot, but in a draft like this with so much talent, like Trey Johnson could be better than him. Igor could be better than him. I need to make sure I learn how to say his name right so I don't sound like a casual if I'm saying it wrong.
Size, man, we need someone to jump up there like a Brandon Miller type that like just makes us have some good conversations.
Yeah, it could be Newell. It could be him. I feel like Demon is that guy, though. I feel like Demon's gonna be a top 6 pick. I agree with this here. He's gonna be a top 6 pick.
Reese had a question for me. What did you change about your drafting philosophy from having Jabari Smith number 1? Well, I don't think I necessarily changed something other than this last draft in particular, I really bumped up non-guards who were playmakers that could pass. I really gave...
But not Jalen Tyson?
I still consider him like a shooting guard, like size. I don't know, ideally. So, so yeah, I think that's why I had a lot of guys pretty high. It's just like the passing thing gave a like someone like Jonathan Mogbo, you know, in my top 20. Yeah. Just that ability to pass and looking back, I probably should have had Banchero 1 like he went, just based on his playmaking ability. But yeah, I mean, Chet's right there with those. I mean, in my opinion, you couldn't have gone wrong with any of those 3 players. I thought they were all going to be good, and that's obviously proving to be true. But I don't think that's like a not like a bold opinion or anything. Like,
yeah, Chet and Paulo, I think, are just a clear tier above Jabari pretty easily right now. I just for Jabari, it was the like movement pattern stuff. You know, like he could shoot, but he just looked a little stiff off the dribble, and he has high hips. Like, for me, it was like, okay, this dude can shoot the ball and maybe put the ball on the floor occasionally, but I didn't ever see the creation playmaking aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I saw it more with Chet than Jabari. Like I thought Chet moved better than Jabari, and he's 3 inches taller and a much better defensive prospect. So for me, I don't remember where I had him because I've been a victim of like buying into the hype with certain prospects a little bit too much instead of just coming to my own judgments. But to me, it was, I think I had Chet above him, but I don't recall. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, it makes sense why those 2 are better than him. They just move better than him offensively. And defensively, Chet's a difference maker. And he doesn't have to move as well offensively because he's a little bit lengthier as well, so he can use that. So,
yeah, obviously Chet's by far the best defensive player of those 3. But Jabari's been pretty solid on defense as well. But yeah, it's the same thing with Sarr. Like, everyone talks about Stars shooting, but like Stars had an immediate impact defensively, in my opinion. Like he's actually changed games and done a good job of staying in front of quicker defenders and protecting the rim and all that stuff. But like no one ever cares about defense when they look at rookie stats and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, agreed. Do you want to read off our latest donation?
Sure, let me bring it up. It is from Zach Landia. Are you gonna turn my camera off if I read it?
How'd you do?
I'm reading the donation. This is not donation. Zach Landia's opinions are not necessarily the opinions of the person reading the message.
It's not how it's written in the rule book, but go ahead.
Zach Landia with a $5 donation. Tori can take all the shots he wants, but he can only handle 2.2 on average. Wah, wah, wah. Oh. Have you taken your third shot yet?
I've already taken 2.5 shots, okay? So screw your 2.2 stuff.
You took a half a shot?
No, I said I filled this up all the way, and it's like a shot and a half. It's like 2 ounces, right? And the shot's like 1.5 ounces, so...
So about 2.2? And you're tipsy?
1.5 plus 1 is 2.5, Eric.
Yeah, right around 2.2.
Because the 1 adds to another one is 2, and then if you had a half on top of that, that is a half.
Okay.
Okay? All right? And this is like another 1.3. So, what are we at, Eric?
2.2 times 2 minus 1.
God damn it. Oh, man. Okay. Well.
All right. Cheers, everyone. Here goes shot number 3.
I'm not drinking it with you not drinking it with you after all that. Okay? I'll drink it by myself. Garben says this. I haven't even read off this comment yet, but I'm just going to read it. I should read it first before I say it. But the stuff you were drinking last time in the amount wouldn't have done that. So, yes, you should get drunk, not wasted. It's what we want. LOL. Okay, chat poll. We'll find out what you guys want.
Alvaro Bazan with a $5 donation. Alvy, what's up, man? How you doing? But don't forget to mention the per 36. Those shots add up. Plus 2.2 is greater than 0. Math, baby.
He's lucky he gifted a membership, but that's all I'll say. Shout out to Alvaro for the $5 donation. Good math, Alvaro. Good math.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've discussed this. We used to break this down. Tori's per 36 on that 2.2 was looking nice.
If you looked at my per 36 against Spokane, which is the team that won it all, I averaged like 25 a game. So I rose to the occasion, okay? Speaking of raising to the occasion, okay?
What should I vote for? I don't want you to die yet, so...
This is a very important chat poll.
Yeah.
This is where I really figure out where people...
Dro wants to see you sauced.
Sauced. That's such a Dro term. Oh, God.
Are you still drinking the Applejack?
Yeah, damn. Not good, man. Not good.
Yeah. I'm right at her answer. I was like, that's like a full drink. Are you sure you're measuring these right?
No, I told you this is 2 ounces.
No, I know, but it just seems
Does
like
anybody know what this is called? Because I still haven't gotten shot glasses here yet. Okay, so my girlfriend gave this to me, so it's It's I forget what it's called, but it's
Reese wants you to get lit, buddy.
Reese. I'm too old for that. A shot glass with a base. Damn, Alvaro snail emoji, man.
Aeromancer says, I know when it's coming, I'm not going to tell you. Because it's a weird term.
I think there's another. Rocks glass? David.
What's up, David?
Alvaro, I wouldn't be able to afford this house without one. It was a really good economical option.
He's going to DM it to you. Someone asked if we lived in Portland earlier. Tori lives in Vancouver. I live in
I technically live in Ridgefield now.
Oh, Ridgefield, nice.
Mount Vista area.
Yeah. I live out on the west side, West Portland, out in the suburbs / rural area.
Should I leak my address?
Yeah, do it.
Imagine if I was that wasted.
When's the In-N-Out opening, Tori?
I think, I don't know, man. I got a Costco membership and I went in there and I was confused.
Is that new?
Yeah, I'd never been to a Costco before and I went in.
It's open.
Oh yeah, it's been open
You're
since August.
Confused?
Yeah, I was confused because I was like, these shelves are so tall, and then I was like, oh wait, it's just storage beyond the bottom section.
Yeah.
And then I was like, it feels big in here. You know what really tripped me out is like, it felt like it was a big store, but also small at the same time. Does that make any sense? Like, I don't know. Because I go to a Fred Meyer by me that's like huge, but it's just all the aisles makes it feel bigger, and how open Costco was. It was just a trippy experience, you know?
Can't believe you've never been to a Costco before. How much did you drop the first time you went there? Or did you just like
$6 on a hot dog and some pizza, and I regretted it.
$6?
Gross,
did you get 4 hot dogs?
The pizza was decent. The hot dog was just felt like health issues.
Dude, that's like the Costco hot dog and soda. That's the greatest deal in all of society.
Brendan says, "Do you get some samples from Costco, Tori?" No, I didn't because it felt weird.
Are you just like they were open or they were giving out samples?
Yeah, they were giving out like multiple samples.
Oh, dude.
It just felt weird to take free food, you know?
You can't get the full Costco experience if you're just ignoring the sample carts. What the heck?
I literally just went in there without a shopping cart and just walked down every aisle looking at stuff like a tourist. Yeah, it was something, man. It was something. And yeah, so but then I'm like, I bought this card and it's like, what do I really need to buy in bulk? They have like cereal boxes that are taped together to sell them in bulk because everything has to be in bulk. And it's like, do I really need 4 bags of freaking Frosted Flakes? I mean, I guess I might eat 4 bags of Frosted Flakes in the next year if I have them, but do I need them? So
toilet paper, paper towels, Kleenex.
I mean, even then,
that kind of stuff.
How much toilet paper you be using? Well, you got kids. So.
I mean, dude, you're living with someone now. You're gonna.
Well, okay.
Be a little.
Okay. Yeah. I guess 2 people is more than 1. But yeah. I'll find ways
to. This show turned in fun. Like I'm having fun now. Like at the beginning of the show, I was like, "Oh man, Tori's all negative," and
it's just listen. So like, Our first year of streaming, we used to always get completely off topic, chat. Used to get completely off topic. And it's easier when I've drank a little bit, but now it's like I'm scared too because I feel like, oh, people will subscribe to us and watch us for Blazer talk. But when we suck so bad, what do we have to talk about? You know? So it's like I always struggle. I always go back and forth. I'm like, how off track should we take these streams, man? And I like over analyze it in my head. So, you know, just like all the Twitch streamers say, you know, being a streamer is 10 times harder than a 9 to 5. I'm kidding. Okay, before you get offended, I'm kidding. I don't understand that at all.
I made that joke last stream.
Did you?
Yeah.
When you were on with Rich?
Yeah, I made that joke about how, because Rich said he was going to be, you know, with his health problems, he said he was going to be down for a couple days.
Yeah.
Just from streaming. I'm like, well, yeah, it's because it's harder than a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah, exactly, man. People don't know, Eric. It's so tough. It's
so hard to sit here and just talk, drink on stream. Yeah.
Oh man, it's so tough to sit here and not get enough likes on the stream because we only have 42 and 150 people in here. We probably had more people vote for my death than like the stream.
What, 61 votes? What?
23%. Okay, so yeah, the math ain't mathin'. It's more like 14.
Well, at least you know. I mean, it was pretty close to all of those categories were pretty close, but at least you know that some people held a little bit of restraint and said blackout instead of death. So
yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So
some people want me to be healthy and only voted tipsy.
That makes me think chat's trustworthy. That's good.
Who voted death? Please let yourself be known in chat. Gabe, what would you vote?
Gabe, Katie Guerrero says, I'll buy your first drink.
Whoa, Katie and Gabe showed up at the same time. That's crazy.
Is that just Gabe going back and forth, or is that really...
No, they posted at the same exact time.
Yeah.
That's cool. I bring families together, Eric.
Aeromancer said he told you what it's called in the chat. He didn't want to say it out loud for some reason, even though he's not saying it out loud.
You said you would DM me, bro.
On Discord or something. I don't know.
I guess I have to... No, we have to take another shot because Zach donated. Damn it. I say that like I'm upset. Discord. You messaged me on Discord.
Oh, man. Let's go. I got an AI chat summary. Viewers are interacting with each other about items they saw at Costco. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh, no. Went away. No. It said something about items mentioned are, but
you lost it? Can somebody copy paste it in chat?
It went away. Darn it.
I just need to know what Gabe voted for here in this chat poll.
You said blackout.
You said blackout? Okay, I respect it. Oh,
Aeromancer said death.
Sick, man. He's a moderator, too. We need to have an internal conversation about that one.
Albie said baby oil at Costco. That's an elite joke, Albie.
Oh man, that's funny.
I love how Costco's like, we don't even sell baby oil. No, that's
I know. That's crazy. That's wild. I see why Aeromancer didn't want to say it in chat. Actually, I remember when I was told what this was, I was told not to say the name of this on stream.
Oh, okay.
Because reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
DM it to me, I'll say it. I don't know.
No, you won't. No, you won't. I don't even want to DM it to you because you said you would say it. You have to promise not to say it.
No, I know what it is now. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Do you get it now?
I don't want to say it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So,
it's in mod Discord.
The J word. Exactly. The J word. Oh, man. Anyway, I'm going to pour some pour some more Jack Daniels on
yeah.
behalf of Zach into this J word. I almost spilled.
All right, here we go.
It does not start with a B.
Aeromancer Goddess.
What do you say?
So viewers are interacting with each other about items they saw at Costco. Items mentioned include chocolate cookies, hot dogs, pizza, cheese bake, chicken cheesecake, hot dogs, sodas, and tube socks.
When did we ever mention tube socks or
I don't know.
chip cookies? Now I know what to get next time, though. Dude, I don't know where it gets some of the stuff with the AI chat summary.
Tori, can you please just have a Costco wardrobe from now on?
What is a Costco wardrobe?
I don't know.
Just clothes I buy at Costco?
A quarter zip and like...
Dude, their clothes looked so depressing. No.
No, they're good deals, man.
Good deals for
you get
what?
a lot of
Depression?
like $8 shorts and...
I don't need $8 shorts. I rent a house now. I don't need $8 shorts, man.
All right.
I got like $50 pair of shorts on right now, and I feel good about it. Okay.
Oh, here we go, flexing.
I'm just so elitist now. I'm too good for Costco shorts.
Chris says it's broke dad wear, and then Javon says my Costco has some good clothes. Yeah, man. It's cool. I like Costco clothes.
They had a lot of brown pants, and you'll never catch me. Okay, like light brown, like tan joggers I'll wear, but like dark brown pants, you will never ever catch me in a pair of freaking dark brown pants.
Yeah, none of the pants at Costco fit me, so I can't do that. But I do get a lot of shorts there because I like wearing shorts at work.
Yeah.
But they haven't had them this year. I have to go to Costco and see if they have any. You might have known. I don't know if the Ridgefield one has them, but I've gotten each of the last 2 years. I've gotten a cool blazer shirt from Costco. So,
do we think I can chug 2 of these top things in one?
Well, considering you took like 3 gulps to do the one of them, no.
You don't believe?
I know.
You're challenging me?
No, you can't do it, dude. You're such a wuss.
Oh man. See, Eric knows me so. Oh God, Eric knows me so well. He knows I won't back down from a challenge, man.
Got him.
He knows I won't back down from a challenge. All right. This is it, though. Okay, this is it. All right. I'm giving chat what they want. Drunk took the lead. Okay, so that's what you're getting, all right? Well, I probably shouldn't put these on if I'm going to pour this because I might not be able to see it.
Matt Cardell called you the Anthony Simons of drinking. That's got to be an insult.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but it can't be good, can it?
I take a lot of shots?
You're bricking your shots? I don't know.
Brown corduroy bell bottom scream Dr. Jack. Yeah, I can't wear corduroy, man. All right. Since you doubted me, I got 2 of those things in there, okay? Does that look like 2 of those things? That's 2 of those things.
Sure.
What am I doing?
You're back to Officer Tori? No, you're not.
No, I took them off. Your streams are really behind.
I
put them on and I was gonna pour it and I was like, oh, I won't be able to see it. Tori went from I need to be professional to let's get drunk. That's
Alvy. Congrats on the new job, Alvy. That's awesome. Yeah. Are you hiring? Is anyone hiring?
Alvaro, do you want to be Eric's boss?
No, I haven't. Oh, Meringue would do it better than that. Oh.
Brother.
Joe knows how to picture that.
That dude probably doesn't even... That dude is probably too good to drink, okay? Let's be real. Let's be real.
No, I like my job. It's just tough with long hours. And...
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Trying to do the stream.
Reese, I'm not like you. I cannot chug that whole thing, and I will probably die. So you are one of the people that voted for death. And that's okay.
What did he say?
He said, chug the whole thing, you won't. Okay, that's a challenge I'll back down from, okay? All right. Chat, can I handle this, chat? 62% said no. Yeah, your long hours are tough because then I have to do picks against the spread by myself.
Sorry, man.
That's all good. I've gotten better at it. I've been doing pretty decent lately. I don't know if you've watched them back at all, but I've been doing pretty decent.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
It helps having background music so the dead air I don't feel like I have to fill.
Well, shout out to Brendan, too. He's been helping with the...
Yeah, with the injuries. Yeah, shout out to Brendan, man. We had Javon on the social media stuff tonight. We're getting there with the social media stuff, so that's cool. Nah, Eric is too overqualified. Did you hear that? You're overqualified.
Dude, I'm overqualified for the job I currently have, too, though. So...
What would be the proper job for your qualifications?
I don't know.
One Piece says, you're 6'4", Tori. I'm a bit surprised you ain't a heavyweight, but I am 6'3", 300-pound friend who magically gets drunk on 2 beers for some reason. I'm not a lightweight. I've drinking 3.5 shots, 4 shots, and I'm still coherent, so I'm not a heavyweight, but I don't think I'm a lightweight either. I think I'm very mid. Average. Joe Schmo sort of guy, so.
Jimmy's asking why I closed the store by Roxy's. So for 12 years, I owned a party store, party retail store. It was going super well, and then we had COVID, and obviously the party industry took a hit there with COVID. Come back from that, managed to stay open and last through that, and then the cost of goods started going up, and then the major thing that happened was we had a helium shortage for like 6 months in 2022, which just balloons are pretty much half our business. And the other thing is helium is something you can't get online. So like all the people who started shopping online or had already been shopping online during COVID or prior to COVID, they still had to come into the store to have their balloons blown up that they bought elsewhere or whatever. So fortunately, just not having helium and trying to come back from COVID and everything that happened there, it's just a little too much to survive, and then just became a little too much, and we managed to last about a year after we didn't have helium for 6 months, which was I think pretty good, but it just wasn't manageable anymore, and I could have possibly saved it, but then you're just putting in a lot of money to then maybe have the same situation pop up again, because helium shortages happen from time to time. So it was just a tough situation. So yeah, I made the decision to close, got a job with a beverage distributor, and I've been working there a little over a year now. So
I miss your streams from your workplace.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I see my keys still working, going, and just stream from there right now.
Is it just empty?
Yeah, it's still empty. The sign's still up, even though it's been over a year.
So they evicted you and didn't even benefit from it.
Not really. No.
Yeah. Sucks for them. Sucks for them.
Yeah, so I was my own boss for 12 years. It was pretty cool, and then yeah, stuff kind of happened.
Yeah. Dude, we used to talk so much about our own lives on stream, and we really don't much anymore.
Not really.
Especially me, man.
Yeah.
Especially me. I used to always talk about my life on stream.
Yeah.
But that was because I was like venting because it kind of sucked. But yeah, now
Alvaro
I'm
supposed to
good.
take another shot, so
Well,
cheers.
no,
Alvaro.
okay. Tori still hasn't drank. All right, I got it. I've been putting this off, bro. All right, we got like 20 minutes left in the stream. All right, 10:50, maybe 11 is the cutoff. Okay, what were you saying?
I don't think many people know this, but Tori has a hidden skill that's pretty impressive.
What is that?
You see, Tori can get hit by a car and not have it affect him at all, or he can avoid getting hit by a car or something like. I remember what it was. You got hit by like 2 cars or something, or jumped out of the way of getting hit by 2 cars.
Oh my god, man. Oh, so all right, okay.
What was it like? You're good at not getting injured by getting hit by a car or something like I don't.
Dude, so oh my goodness. Anyway, okay, story time. That's so funny. Okay. So when I was in middle school, I used to ride my bike a lot. I would have like races across town with my friend. We'd draw like 2 paths that are like 10 miles long and like ended in the same spot and see who could get there first type of thing. Like, you know, just weird on some Tour de France stuff. But so twice. Well, okay, one time I got hit by a car and one time I hit a car because a car messed up. So like one time I was like on the left side of the road going against traffic because I was a middle schooler. I didn't know any better. And a car turned left behind me and didn't see me and like hit my back tire and like bent my bike in half. So my bike like turned to the side because it got bent in half and I like fell over the handlebars, but I landed on my feet. And like walked away. Okay, it was scary. But I got hit by a car on my bike and landed on my feet in middle school, okay? The second time, there was a red light, and I was going down, like, the actual bike lane. I learned my lesson. I'm going with traffic this time, Eric. And I'm going, and this car, like, that was stopped at the light for, like, probably 20 seconds just decided randomly, oh, I'm going to turn right into the parking lot right in front of me. And I'm going like probably 25, 30 miles an hour because it's like down a hill. So I'm going fast. And this car turns right in front of me. So I flip my leg over the bike so only my bike hits the car. I bounce off the car and into the parking lot and was still on my bike. Both of these are true stories, I swear. So these were stories I told the first year we streamed, and it became a running joke that I'm really good at getting hit by cars and staying on my feet, man.
Tori's elite skill is getting hit by a car and like not having it.
Yeah, just so that's so funny. I had no idea where you're going with that. But yeah, so you know, it's just a skill, I guess. I don't know. I don't even think I could ride a bike without getting hit by a car right now, to be honest. But yeah. So we dude, I swear I've probably told stories the first year we streamed that I don't even remember now.
Yeah.
And like that's something I haven't thought about in years. So. Anyway, time to prove chat wrong, okay? Time to prove chat wrong.
Tori, Tori.
Why am I so scared? I don't drink, okay? I know there's Garben in chat hating on me, but all right. I'll do it.
After like the first 4 gulps, it becomes like painful to watch you.
I'm good.
Are you good?
I'm great.
I'll have to have another
Come
shot.
on now. No, I don't even need this.
All right, Tori, have you ever been blackout drunk?
Have I ever? Story time. No, just kidding. Listen. I used to in high school. Yeah. Well, one time in high school and then one time like 19, 20 years old. Not gonna lie, kind of embarrassed myself, but I'm not gonna go into it. You know, just like one time I was so blacked out, I was like crying on a back porch for literally no reason.
This
It
is high
was
school, you
bad.
said?
Yeah, in high school.
Yeah.
And then one time just throwing up a lot, like that sort of thing. So yeah, I used to have like self-control problems with that, but I'm good now. I'm better now. So you know.
I never got drunk in high school. I was a freshman in college when I started drinking.
Yeah. So like twice. Yeah, twice, but they were just stuff that I wasn't proud of, so I've never gotten to that point. Don't want to get to that point, so. But yeah, emo face drinking. Literally, it was I was not happy in high school, like college. Which, listen, a lot of people at that age are struggling with, figuring out who they are and that sort of thing. And I was definitely one of those people. So that was a struggle. And yeah, it was not good to mix that with getting drunk because I felt better. And that's not good when you deal with your problems with alcohol because that leads down a very dangerous path. So I do not advise that if you have things you struggle with, do not soothe it with a substance. Seek professional help, or in my case, I never got professional help, but I used Google, man. I've used Google to learn so many things in my life: Photoshop, how to stream, like so many different things, accounting for the business I run, etc. Like it's so a lot of self-help stuff that I focused on instead of relying on this stuff. So now it's like, okay, on stream I can have a few drinks and it can be a fun thing, not like a dangerous thing, if that makes sense, because you should always drink responsibly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah, don't drink and drive. That's the main thing.
Especially that. Yeah.
I have a bar that's just like a couple blocks of walking. I should go have a drink after this.
Yeah. I don't got anything. I'm in a big neighborhood. But no, I never had that problem. I would get tipsy and it'd be like, I'm tipsy, I can't drive, here's my keys, sort of thing. And I give my keys to someone. So
lately, well, it's tough because I work early in the mornings, Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And my wife works overnights Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 12-hour shifts. So we work opposite shifts, obviously, so someone's always home for the kids or whatever. But occasionally she'll take like a Saturday night off and we'll go somewhere with like a hotel near like a bar we want to go to or something and like just let loose. It's always fun.
That's fun.
Or like here there's a couple bars in town here that we can walk to. It's a really small town, and just go have a few drinks here. But
see, that's
pretty much all I drink nowadays.
That's the thing that sucks is I'm not in walking distance. I mean, I guess I could Uber all that good stuff, but I don't know, man. I don't go out enough, to be honest. I don't go out enough. I literally work 9 to 5 remote, and I'll go to a coffee shop that I always go to. I'm not gonna say what because I'm not gonna dox my daily routine, but go to a coffee shop I always go to like lock in. Met a couple people there that watched the channel before. Actually, one of the baristas was like, my boyfriend watches you all the time. So shout out to him and her. But I go there, try and lock in, do some work, and then I come home, I stream, and it's I don't do much outside of that. I play basketball, I play my rec league, that's it. So yeah, I don't know. You're inspiring me. I need to get out a little bit more. The thing is, though, when I get out with my girlfriend, it'd always be like a Saturday night and be like, I want to go to Buffalo to finish watching college football, and Buffalo's drinks are pretty good. So that was always kind of my thing. But
Yeah.
it gets mundane,
Yeah. Yeah. Does your girl like to drink?
Occasionally. Like,
She should have been taking a shot for every shot you took.
I don't think there will be a stream appearance there. Okay, let's just say that. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? She wants to keep it low key, so I understand it. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, she's cool.
The question is, will she fart on stream?
No, she won't. That's you, bro. That's you and yours, man. That's crazy. You know what's funny is like she won't want to make background noise.
Yeah.
And I'm like, people would probably think it's just Eric anyway. Eric and his family
Right,
anyway.
yeah.
So it's all good.
Oh, it's just like running the water, doing
Because
dishes,
you always
like,
hear all sorts of
making
stuff,
dinner,
man. All sorts of stuff. I'm excited to see, like, you said you're gonna do a studio in your garage, or you're talking to someone that can help you with that. Like, what's the update on that?
Just needing to. My garage is pretty full of crap. Like, I had a lot of stuff from the business, and my daughter's in college right now, has a lot of stuff stored in there. So I just need to clean it out better. But yeah, eventually one day, hopefully it's not too much longer, but I would like to turn my garage, like, have like an actual office out there, because we're never going to park a car or anything in there, so might as well make it a useful space.
You don't have like a bedroom left over, because that's what I was always wondering,
Well, I own a 3-bedroom house, have 2 younger kids. They each have their own bedroom, and then when my older daughter comes home from college, it's obviously there's 3 kids with only 2 rooms, so don't really have one for an office. Eventually, it's still, my youngest has just turned 8, so I'm still about 10 years away from having possibly an empty bedroom.
Well, we might have like a downtown, okay, maybe not downtown Portland, but we might have a studio in 10 years. So it's that would be sick. Listen, if I ever had like a bunch of money, I would definitely want a studio someplace by the Moda Center. I don't know, like, if there's any place by the Moda Center that could make that work, but like someplace by the Moda Center so I could go to games with my media pass that I might have to bribe the Blazers into giving me. But that would be the dream. Like, it'd be sick to have like an actual professional studio. I've dreamed about that, right? Because me, I'm do all this graphic stuff, want it to look like it's very high quality. Like, I've always wondered, like, man, what if we could do a show like from a studio and like pay people to produce it? That's kind of unrealistic, but the Hog Media stuff's going well, so that's like my dream, man. That's my dream. So I heard the postgame show on the for the Blazers right now looks pretty bad. People were saying in chat. So if I can outdo that, that'd be That'd be cool.
Did you hear 620 let a bunch of people go?
Did they really?
Yeah,
What's that?
They let Dwight go.
What?
Yeah, so it's just Chad by himself again, and they Justin Myers was doing morning shows, and they let him go as well.
Why? They struggling that bad?
I don't know.
They let Dwight go? That's shocking to me because
Well, he's just like old man yelling at clouds now, but
they of course I'm gonna go to bat for my guy, but they should have hired Stephen Vaughn.
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't say that if I was fully sober, but they should have hired Stephen Vaughn, man. Like, I know a lot of people here don't agree with a lot of like his opinions, but he's good on the air. He's a good dude. Like, Stephen legitimately like went out of his way to try and help me get a media pass this year.
Yeah.
Like, sent me all this stuff. I was asking for him. I was asking like all these questions in terms of like, okay, is this email to the Blazers, like, is this good? Like, do you think this is good? Do you think I should reword it? Like, all this stuff. He went out of his way to try and help me get a media pass. Like, he's the type of dude that would go out of his way to help me out. And for a dude, like, in media, in radio, to, like, be willing to do that is just cool to me, because I feel like there's been nobody else that's been willing to do that, or nobody else that's actually ever even respected what we do with Blazers Uprise. He's one of those guys. That's why it's like I love doing the podcast with him, but people will be like, "Oh, I can't stand Steven's opinions, this is that," and that like bothers me just because it's like, listen. The reason why I think our podcast is good is because we disagree and because he thinks a little bit differently than me. And we can have debates, but he's a good enough dude where we can have these debates and it'll never be personal, and it'll always be like just in terms of, okay, we're going to debate. Like, it's not deeper than that. So, like, that dude, like, I got so much respect for that dude because he, you know, he'd go out of his way to help me out. And, like, I can't say that about a lot of people. So 620 should have hired him because I think, you know, you, as a radio station, I don't know, like, the old guard, I don't know if that appeals to enough people. Right? So, you know, like, Dwight, I don't have any animosity towards Dwight. I know a lot of people do because he asks tough questions and, like, this and that, right? Like, people have animosity for those who cover the team that they disagree with. We've seen it, right? Other people have seen it. That's just the way it is. But Steven worked at 620. I thought they should have hired him, man. Now he works at 750. He's doing good things over there, so I'm happy that it worked out for him. But yeah, I thought they should have hired him. So the fact that they let Dwight go, it's like, yeah, you probably should have hired Steven.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of 750, I saw Canzano the other day.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
His daughter plays in the same soccer league as my daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you talk? Did you say what's up?
I didn't want to bother him. I didn't say anything.
Should you walk up to him? Hey, I'm the Blazers Uprise guy. You know me, right?
I was kind of thinking, like, I wonder if I said that, if he would know who that is, just because of Steven, maybe, but, yeah, no.
So, you know what's funny is when I was playing college basketball, like, a decade ago, I got into, like, a little tit for tat on Twitter with him, and he trolled me with, because I played at Columbia Base in college. So CBC is the initials. He trolled me with, I forget what he said, but basically he was just like, hey, man, I'm a big fan of CBC. It's like this community college at Tri-Cities that nobody knows of. He's like, I'm a big fan of CBC, man.
That was like the dude posted your 2.2 stats, right?
I know. I was just like, what the hell, man? What the hell? So, I don't know. Like, it's, listen, as far as media goes, the only like this is just like full honesty. Okay, I've been very outspoken towards certain people in media. Okay, the only people that I actually like don't have a good opinion about is those that are toxic to those that they disagree with. And people say that's us, but like I don't go out here calling people idiots all the time. Okay? There is one specific guy that goes out here calling people idiots who he disagrees with us and like talks down to a ton of people. And you guys know who that is, and I can't stand that. Listen, I'll disagree with people all the time, and I may be slightly like know-it-all, condescending, come across like that, all that stuff. It's hard to have a platform and be very opinionated and discuss stuff with people you disagree with and always come across as like nice, right? There is one specific guy that is just has always been, before he even started his career, has always been super condescending to people and just does not talk to people the right way, and I can't stand it. And now he has a postgame show that is not on YouTube, and that's great. Cool. We can do the YouTube thing. He can do his thing. Like, it's just the way it is.
Yep. Alvar Bazam with another $5 donation. Thank you, Alvi. Craziest thing is watching other organizations trying to copy the BU model, and it's so obvious. As a third party, no one does it like BU, and that's facts. Appreciate it, Alvi.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Thank you, Alvi. Appreciate the $5 donation. Yeah, man, we try our best. We try our best. Like, we try and innovate. We try and do new things. We try and do fun things. Like, we're just two fans trying to do our best. So, but I'll tell you this. Traditional media is giving way to new age media, so to say. And regional sports networks are struggling. They're going to turn to creators. They're going to turn to influencers. And I'm not saying that applies to necessarily us. I'm just saying that applies to other sports teams or other sports networks, because think about it. These regional sports networks, right? They have to fill programming outside of live games. And if they do it in terms of their own produced show, they have to rent studio space. They have to pay graphic designers. They have to pay their studio team to run the stream. They have to pay their on-air talent. They have all these costs just to put a show live. But if you can outsource that to creators that just like manufacture a show themselves, it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. And a lot of these creators and influencers already have an audience that'll ride or die for them because they built their own platform from the ground up. And people notice that, right? So they're self-made. They didn't get any handouts. They didn't latch on to a network with all these resources that threw all these resources behind them. So they have an audience that like kind of rides with them, and they ride for their audience. You know, it's a two-way street there, and they can bring that audience to like a regional sports network. That is the future. And there's articles out there like with people from like Bally saying that is the future, like that sort of thing, right? I don't know exact articles, but I pay attention to this stuff just with work that I do. Influencers are the future because it's cheaper and they bring a good audience to a regional sports network. So I don't know what it looks like 4 or 5 years from now, but that is something that has been interesting to watch. Yeah.
Side note, Ray Petro says I played at CBC before you in the 90s.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Let's go, Ray. I didn't know that about you.
That's dope.
So do you still ball?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're probably either my age or older than me now, but
That's dope, man.
hopefully you still ball.
You know what's funny is their gym got a remodel like right after I left and was so much nicer after I left, and I was jealous.
See, Tori, I was thinking about this when I saw the Dwight news. I was like, I mean, this isn't like trying to sound egotistical or anything, but like why wouldn't one of these radio stations come to someone like Blazers Uprise and be like, hey, we'll just like stream your show on our
Yeah.
channel, and like, I mean, it wouldn't, I don't think we'd ask for that much money to do it, like,
Dude, you know what is that whole that everything I just kind of rambled about was going that direction. I lost my train of thought.
right.
Like, listen, man, I would find a way to do my hog media work and I'd do a show with Chad for freaking minimum wage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can talk about other sports. I watch other sports. I watch NASCAR. I watch MLB. I watch NFL. Portland got a NHL team. I'd watch NHL as well. And I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty good on the mic. Just, I've developed that. Like I do a show with Chad. I do a show with, with you. Like,
Or even like a post game, like I
Yeah.
know they have the fifth quarter or whatever on the Blazers station or whatever, but like, why wouldn't like 750 just have their own Blazer post game show? Like all they'd have to do is just play our audio.
Yeah. I know, exactly. So it's very low. It's very low cost, right? And listen, I would rather do like a radio show than the post game because I wouldn't be able to do this on like a radio show, obviously.
Right? Yeah.
But I mean, listen, it's like if that's what they wanted, then okay, like we'll do it that way. With the post game show or whatever. But I've been critical of media and I've been critical of the team. And people like that probably don't see me fully as like somebody that is professional in this industry. But that's fine.
Right.
Like I've always been like, listen, it would be cool to do radio. It'd be cool to have a media pass, but if I can't be myself with our own platform, Eric, then I'm not going to sacrifice that in order to get there.
Well, Trevin says that KTU post game show is on YouTube too, but I don't know how many.
They do it vice versa. They do it like, okay, they air it on traditional
Right.
media, and then they do a like simulcast stream on YouTube, where like we're obviously on YouTube.
So I'm pretty sure you would agree with me. Like, let's just say someone contacted us and was like, "Hey, could we air your post game show? Like, how much would it cost or whatever?" One of the stipulations would be that we still got to broadcast it on Blazers Uprise on YouTube because it just goes out to so many more people can view it than just locally.
Overseas, like across the country. Yeah, it's worldwide, baby.
Mm-hmm. So that would be my only thing is like I'd be open to that. I just wouldn't say like, but we're still gonna do our own, have it on our own channel, so we control the YouTube part of it. But yeah, if anyone wants to, because like I don't know why they wouldn't, other than everyone in media hates us, except for Steven.
And vice versa, we don't like all people in media.
No, I know.
Listen, it's this. So traditional media, there's a lot of guys that look down upon people that do podcasts or do YouTube or that sort of thing, and I don't know why exactly that is, and I can guess as to it, but it'd just be a guess. But there's a lot of condescension, like I can't even talk. Condescension? Is that a word? They're very like there's a lot of condescending energy from people that are in traditional media towards me, Eric, etc. And listen, if you just peddled all the opinions that they have, then maybe they take a liking to you. But that's not what sports talk and sports debate should be about. It should not be about conforming to anything. Sports talk, sports debate, in my opinion, should always just be about speaking your mind and having opinions. And if your opinions differ with somebody else, having a debate on it. And hopefully you're entertaining enough of a personality to be able to actually lock people in and entertain people. But if you're critical of the team in ways that reporters for that team or reporters that have media passes and are cool with the GM and kind of like tied into the organization, if they don't agree with your criticisms, they're not going to respect you as much because it's kind of opinion based. Because at the end of the day, with all the work that we put in, it's like, okay, nobody should disrespect the work that we do. It's more so the way we go about things, right? And with how outspoken we are and critical we are, and like we were very outspoken to Cronin with the whole Dame saga, and we called him a liar, and we called like he led Dame on, and we heard legitimate things from sources, let's say, and some people disagreed with that. Here's the thing: there's two sides to every story, and if we're telling one side, other people are telling the other side, they're gonna disagree with us. So, end of the day, that's just, I don't know. I guess the easiest way to sum it up is in sports talk, there's going to be a lot of disagreement. There's going to be a lot of different opinions. And if you can't respect somebody that has a different opinion from you in sports, then of course you're going to look down upon them. And that's just kind of the energy that we've always gotten. So this ramble feels like I'm not saying it the best for reasons, but you kind of get where I'm going with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was almost like, oh, anyone who's respected in journalism and media doesn't criticize Terry Stotts. He's great. And so, like, the fact that we were criticizing him was like, you can't do that and make it in this industry. Like, okay, sorry. But
guys, I was literally told I couldn't make it in the media industry unless I shut up and listen.
And, like, kiss people's asses.
Yeah, unless I shut up and listen. Okay? You guys can guess who told me that? It's the same guy that calls people idiots. So, anyway, yeah.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I think I've made it.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. I
mean,
I'm five shots deep right now. This is the limit. This is the limit. I cannot go beyond this, man. Because I feel like I can barely string a sentence together right now. It's not the best, but hopefully it's entertaining. Anyway.
Whatever happens, Tori, like, I don't know how much I'm a part of this, but, like, we built the biggest Blazers platform out of nothing, and no one could ever take that from us, right?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I mean, I think part of the reason why people like this platform, and this is just a guest chat, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, is we aren't afraid to be real people. That's kind of why I like being able to kick back a few shots and be tipsy and still talk on stream, because we're just real dudes, man. We're just real Blazer fans. We're two people like you, and we will never talk down to you as if we're not the same people that you are. You know what I mean? Like, we'll think some opinions are wild, and we'll criticize opinions, and we'll say that's a wild take, or like that sort of thing. That shouldn't be confused with, like, okay, we look down upon you.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like when people disagree with people and say, oh, idiots think this, these freaking morons, like that sort of thing. Because then you're looking down upon somebody as a person. Whereas I've always looked at it as you can think opinions are crazy and wild, and you can think an opinion is ridiculous and all this, but it's about the opinion, not the person. And listen, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I might fail to live up to that thinking, but that's how I try and approach things. Because at the end of the day, it's sports debate, it's sports talk. It's not that serious. It's about the opinions, and it's about the debate itself. It's not about me versus you or me versus somebody I disagree with. Eric's gone. I was like, Eric's really quiet. Anyway. Tori turning down a challenge. What's the challenge? What am I turning down? I haven't been reading chat. I've kind of been reading chat, but I'm... Shout out to One Piece. He says, you guys are the only Blazers media I follow, and it's because I like your analysis and genuine takes. I don't agree with everything you or Eric says, but I do understand the reasonings. My goal is, if I ever debate somebody, if they disagree with me, they understand where I'm coming from with a sports take. So I try and provide enough substance where somebody can come to the conclusion, like, I don't agree with that, but I see why you feel that way. Alvaro says, I think I was 21 when the channel first started. Now I'm going on 27 freaking nuts, man. Listen, you're about my age, man. So we're old now, I guess. We're old now. I'm 28. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I started this when I started this channel on my 23rd birthday. 23rd birthday. Alvaro says, plus this is a legitimate community. Some of us have known each other now for over 5 freaking years. That means something, man. My life is better because of this community. Listen, dude, I love to hear that. I love to hear that, Alvaro, man. You're one of my favorite people. You're always very supportive, very positive, and I always love to see you in chat, man. So glad you feel that way, man. It's pretty cool. Where'd you go?
I had to pee bad.
You didn't even tell me. You just left me.
I said I'll be right back, but you were talking, so I didn't want to interrupt too much.
Dude,
sorry.
I don't know, man. I'm five shots deep. So what's funny is those challenges. We just kind of threw them to the curb anyway.
I know. Like I said, I was like hoping I lost someone because I was like, wait, what if Tori has to drink?
If we won, I would not have drank this much.
Oh, yeah?
I would not have drank this much. I feel much better than I did at the start of the stream.
Yeah.
But so, I gotta go. I gotta go soon because I'm gonna go hang out with my girlfriend, bro. But
there was so we've mentioned this on stream before, but like, you know how I had that tweet before the season started about like, well, if you think the Blazers are a play-in team, what 5 teams do you think are better than the Blazers? And I had some guy be like, dude, anytime I tune into your stream, it's always so negative, and like, you guys would be much better off if you were just like positive about the team and like gave people what they wanted to hear or whatever. And I'm like, give
us a reason to be positive and say what people want to hear then.
Well, first of all, we can't fake that. Like, there's literally been nothing to be super positive about lately. And two, like, it's kind of lame for people to come at a platform like us that have built, like I said, out of nothing. And the whole reason for that is because we're honest with you guys and we don't sugarcoat things and we don't just say, oh, Cronin can do no wrong. Like, every movie's, like, you can legitimately say that no trade he's made has been bad. Like, we don't tell you that stuff. Yeah. And, like,
let me just sorry. One of the motivations for starting this channel is because that's what the coverage was like, and I wanted to create something different. We wanted to create something different. That was one of the motivations, but go on.
Right. And so, like, we signed Gary Payton II. Everyone's all excited, and we get, like, 800 people watching at one time and, like, all these views, right? And they're all expecting us to be like, yeah, Gary Payton. And we're both like, instead, we're both like, why would we sign Gary Payton, hard cap ourselves using more than the tax mid-level exception? And, like, it makes no sense. We're signing another 6'2.5" guard, right? Like, and people are like, how can you poop on this organization? What are you doing? Like, it's so stupid. You're like, your channel sucks and all that stuff. But, like, that's just, like, we're never going to just be like, oh, Tori, let's just like pretend we love this Gary Payton the second signing because that's what people want to hear, you know? Like that's not who we are. And so,
Yeah.
and I want to believe that that's, if we were like that, I don't think we would have 11K subscribers to our channel because, like you said, there's 100 different Blazers podcasts or people that tried to emulate what we did, and like they're more like that, and you can like that if you want and go watch them. I'm not saying that there's not a need for those type of people, but like I'd like to believe that it's because we actually tell our thoughts and we do get emotional. We do have like, I famously get called out on, like, people still post the video of me crying when Dame requested a trade or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like, I mean, does it bother me? Not really, because, like, I know, I know that, like, I was real. Like, that's how I felt. Like,
and at the end of the day, they're
like,
posting you. You're not posting them. They're posting you for a reason. So, yeah, like 100%, 100%. Like, it's gotten to the point where if there's a podcast out there that will be critical of the team in a way that I like 100% disagree with, I'll still respect it more than if it's a positive take that I actually agree with.
Right.
Because I feel like a lot of podcasts just try and like, a lot of people when they start podcasts, they want to get people to like them. And the way they think about that is we need to be positive. We need to talk about the team and like about the positives because people like the positives. Okay, so we're going to talk about, man, Shaden Sharp looked really good in his first game. And Delano Banton in that fourth quarter against the Pelicans, he looked really, really good, man. He was really scoring that ball, and, you know, it's just kind of cookie-cutter positivity stuff. But everybody does that. And it's like, I've always told podcasts, if people want to start podcasts, I've always told them, if you want to actually be successful, provide something new. Provide something fresh. Provide something that's, like, innovative. And for us, it was like, okay, we know the CBA. We're nerds. We study the CBA. We will scout every freaking draft prospect that gets drafted. We will be willing to criticize the team. We'll tell it like we see it, positive or negative. We'll break down the X's and O's. We'll study sets, X's and O's, that sort of thing. So we'll bring that sort of knowledge to the table. And then we'll just be ourselves, and we won't try and cater to any one opinion. And that's why we were successful. And but all these people that try and start podcasts, they just try and do it in a way where they're just trying to people please. And it's not entertaining, and it's not good to listen to. And the next biggest fan-made podcast right now, I believe, is Rip City Rundown. And some of their opinions I 100% disagree with. And like, they were very critical of Sharp in a Twitter post this past offseason, just in terms of like, I'm out on him ever being a star. And I didn't agree necessarily with that opinion, but I respected that they were willing to say that in the first place. And that's why they are probably the next biggest fan-made podcast, is because they're willing to just say their opinions without trying to people please. Because every other podcast that I've ever seen just tries to people please. And I get it. You're trying to get people to like you and like listening to you, so you're trying to please them. But it's just thinking about it in the wrong way. So I don't know how many of you listen to Rip City Rundown, but it's like a negative opinion that I fully disagree with, I will respect more just because it shows to me that you're not trying to just people please.
So my thing is, when people call us negative or whatever, I don't want to be negative. I want, like, right? You know, like, I don't want the last, like, 5 years that we've been doing this channel to happen. I want it to be like, oh, 2019 we make the Western Conference Finals. Oh, what about that 2020 season where we made some good moves and got right back to the Western Conference Finals, and this time we, like, took it to 6 or 7 games instead of getting swept, right? And went on the projection upward. But like this team and organization has sucked the last few years, right? It's been terrible.
It's been brutal.
And we push out Dame, and whether you like that or not, we went from a team that made the playoffs 8 straight years or something like that, to a team that like now we're just doing Tankathon like in November,
religiously doing Tankathon.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a question. We just knew we were going to be doing Tankathon from the beginning of the season this year, right? And so, you have the people who say, "Oh, we're a top 4 seed." I love you, Hugh, or Desmond Ballard, or whatever you go by, but I can't come up here and say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be a top 4 seed. Yeah, we're really good," because that's not what I think. And I'm just gonna say what I think, and so we've made some really crappy moves, and we tell you guys what our opinions on that are, and we've also warned you for stuff like last offseason. We have been telling you for years that Cronin has not been doing a good job of managing the cap in a situation to create flexibility that he says he wanted to create or whatever. And that even the year when he said we were going to have all that cap flexibility, we told you that that wasn't true because he was just going to re-sign Nurkic and Anthony and not have any cap space anyway. And no one wanted to listen to that. They wanted to be like, "Oh no, we're going to sign all these players and we're going to go out and get DeAndre Ayton on the free agency market," right? And all that kind of stuff. And and so we see this stuff coming. We've told you guys it's coming for months or years before it happens. And we've also told you that a rebuilding team does not have a situation where they're stuck up against the cap to where they can't make trades, where they bring in more money and stuff like that, especially in the new CBA. We told you guys this was going to affect them, and they didn't do anything about it last trade deadline to ease their tax burden or their cap space burden or their salary cap situation heading into the offseason, which would have made moves easier to maneuver this offseason. And it doesn't make sense to us, and we're honest about it. This is what we think about when we make a trade. How will this affect our salary cap moving forward? And I'm sorry if we're not "Oh my God, this is the best trade ever because we got Delano Banton," it doesn't really matter. I don't know. It's just it hasn't mattered for 3 years now, and we've made moves to get worse. Every move we've made has been to get worse, pretty much, outside of maybe the Jeremy Grant trade, and it's just not building towards anything. It's been tearing down. But at the same time, we've told you guys if we're tearing it down, it needs to be a situation where we could take advantage of the new salary cap or the new CBA and all this stuff, and we're not doing that either. So we're kind of stuck between being crappy and also not maximizing the amount of assets we could be getting in a situation where we are crappy. So it's just frustrating, man.
Yep. 100%, man. 100%. But we're going to keep doing fun stuff, man. Listen, we got to have fun on streams. We got to have fun with this community, even if this team sucks, okay? So, one of the things we're doing to have fun, we're doing another giveaway night on Sunday. Right now, I'm going to roll 2 people to spin the giveaway wheel. We got the giveaway wheel behind us. So, you guys will be able to spin the wheel on Sunday's postgame show if your name gets called, okay? So, I'm going to roll it once. And the first guy, this is a good one. This is a good one. It's Bouquet. It's our guy Bouquet. Ooh. So Bouquet, you get a spin on the giveaway wheel, okay? We're doing some social media things. I need to go back through and check that and see who was the closest guest for stuff. If you don't follow our social medias, links in the description box below. The second guy or girl that gets to spin our giveaway wheel on Sunday is it's another good one. Another good one. There you go. Eric Olson.
2 good participants in chat. That's good.
Listen, anybody that watches the stream could be a good participant, but Eric Olson, Bouquet, you guys are always in here. Appreciate it. So you guys get to spin the giveaway wheel on Sunday. So that'll be fun. You know, we'll spin that thing. Some of the giveaway things aren't necessarily stuff that is like the biggest giveaway item. Like one of the things will be like a pinned chat message, that sort of thing. You know, it's I wish I had all the money in the world where I could give away cars and houses and that sort of thing. I would love to put houses on the giveaway wheel, just different addresses on the giveaway wheel. But, you know, within our constraints, we want to have some fun, give stuff away, give stuff back to the community. So, you know, we'll have some free merch. Somebody asked earlier, I think I responded in the chat, but when is our merch going to launch? Late November. So I'm conceptualizing designs right now. Going to design them.
I need a snapback.
Yeah, you need a snapback. So I want to get the merch before we launch it so I can actually show it off. So that's something I'm trying to finalize in the next week so then I can order it and then I can show it off on the launch date. So just stay tuned for that. And we have stuff right now that you can buy, which is Blazers Uprise logos on it. But I want to create like an actual merch line that is like a specific style and not necessarily something where it's like, oh, just our branding on some stuff. Like some actual good looking clothes and merchandise. So there's some creative things that I have in mind that we're going to try and do for a merch launch where it's not just like Blazers Uprise branding, where it's actually like good looking clothing. So that's something I've been thinking about for a couple months now. So just stay tuned for that. That'll be fun. Main Khalid Othman says, I would love to wear to games. Yeah, man, I would love to be at games and see a Blazers Uprise hat in the crowd of people walking through the concourse. That'd be pretty sick, man. But yeah, so we'll have some stuff around the corner for that.
Joe says you need to put a date with Eric on the
date
wheel.
with Eric.
Hey man, I'll have a bro hangout if you want to put it on there. Oh, I don't care.
Yeah, listen, if you're from Vancouver, it can be with me, and if you're from Hillsborough, Beaverton, Portland, it could be with Eric. Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, that's something I could put on there then. Yeah, listen, I'm down. I always like to meet people that watch the channel. So cool, man. Listen, it's this has been a fun stream. I appreciate you guys hanging out. This has been fun considering how down I was on this team at the start of it and how bad this loss was. As Eric said, like, just want this team to be good. If we ever win a ring, I am streaming for 24 hours straight. I promise. Honestly, Eric, it's getting to the point where it's like, if we win a playoff series, maybe I want to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe that's getting too far ahead of ourselves. Because then if we win another playoff series, then are people going to expect that too? Like, I can stay up for 24 hours straight. But I don't know. Like, just imagine this stream if we were going to go all night after winning a big playoff series and we had, like, 500 people in here.
Be awesome.
That'd be something. That'd be great. We'll have so much fun when this team wins again. But listen, we're trying to have fun now, so appreciate you guys hanging out with us. This has been a fun stream. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the donations. Shout out to all the channel members, of course. Eric, any final words?
Just thank you to everyone for hanging out, especially the 105 that are still in here, and those that watch the whole stream back. Appreciate all of you, and yeah, it's I'm glad a crappy game turned into a fun stream. That's always the best when it turns out to be an enjoyable couple hours with you, Tori, instead of the doom and gloom that started off the stream, I guess.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, just no matter what, no matter how bad or good things are, just trying to enjoy life, right? So that's something I'm really trying to embrace and just be grateful for what we do have in life and be grateful for this channel and just enjoy the time I get streaming, man, because listen, I love streaming. I love bringing you guys post-game shows, and I love I love what I do, man. It's kind of crazy. I would have never thought that this would ever even be a thing like 6-7 years ago. So I'm very grateful for all you and appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Shout out BayUS for being a great sponsor as well for us. And we are out of here. The Blazers lose, but I mean, F it. You know, we're going to tank at the end of the year anyway. So capture the flag, man. Listen.
Hey, Tori, two out of the next 3 games are also going to be Minnesota Timberwolves post-game shows. So
I know.
Get used to the same stream, I guess.
Listen, if we lose by 20 again, I will take a couple shots. Okay, I'm kind of at the point where I'm down to get slightly tipsy if we get blown out because I need to. I'm tired of this team being bad, so might as well have some fun. But listen. Of course, always drink responsibly. That's what we're doing. Okay, so I don't want it to seem like anything other than that, right?
We are both drinking in the comforts of our own home.
Exactly. And I'm going to go hang out with my girlfriend, and then I'm going to go to bed. So,
my wife's at work.
Your wife's at work, so you're going to go. What are you going to do after this? You're just going to fall asleep?
Well, I don't know, because during the summer, this late or later, as late as like 2 in the morning, I would walk my dog.
Yeah.
And it's very peaceful. Like living in a small town, it's not like dangerous or anything, and it's like really chill, and you can listen to something while you're walking around, and so I really like that. But yeah. So I might do that if it's not raining. But yeah, other than that,
it's not raining where I'm at. I have my desk against a window so I can see outside and everything, which is pretty cool. And I live in a super peaceful, safe neighborhood. So I haven't gone on any walks though, so I need to. But I basically. I don't know how this is gonna look on stream, but this is my view. So, it's very reflective. It's very reflective. I need to turn off the light, but I basically just have a window here, and it's a pretty nice neighborhood. So it's I don't even know how to turn off my ring light, but yeah, that's basically my view. And there's a car sitting out there for 30 minutes. It kind of sketched me out. But it's a safe neighborhood, so I don't have to worry about this sort of thing. My girlfriend lived in St. John's area, and we heard gunshots 3 times when I was staying there, and it was people going down to the river and probably just shooting their gun into the air. It wasn't anything serious, but it was just stressful, man. So it's nice living in a chill place, and I need to go on walks. We literally got a trail right by my house that I haven't even walked on yet, so. I don't have a dog or anything to walk, so we got a cat instead. Maybe the cat will.
You're gonna walk your cat?
Yeah, walk my cat. But yeah, man, it's cool. It's cool, but appreciate you guys, and looking forward to scouting some more prospects in college basketball. Saturday is tomorrow, first one basically. I don't know how many games there are, but that should be fun. Giveaway night on Sunday. On Tuesday, I said watch party, but I have a rec league playoff game that day, so won't be a watch party. It'll just be a normal post game. And then next Wednesday is a call-in night, and then we only have one game in 6 days, and that game will be a charity night, so I'll find a good cause that you guys can donate to, and we'll donate a little bit of money to that. And then we'll have a merch launch giveaway night. I might switch the days of those. We might have another giveaway night, another call-in night, that sort of thing. On Monday, November 25th, we'll have a Picks Against the Spread loser challenge. So the tip-off is 5 p.m., so the postgame will be 7:30, so Picks Against the Spread won't be over. But basically, the idea with Picks Against the Spread loser challenges, if you see that on our Discord schedule, is whichever one of me or Eric does worse and Picks Against the Spread that day has to do something, eat something super spicy or something else. So, and then we'll release our big board on Wednesday, the 27th, which is only 19 days away, we'll have our first big board, so I need to study up. And that'll be fun.
For sure.
But, yeah, we're doing fun things, new things on each postgame show.
Kansas played North Carolina tonight, blew a 20-point lead. Yeah. Yep.
Anyway. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Oh, Hyper Prime. Member for 35 months. Did we ever read off Hyper Prime's message?
I don't think we did.
Damn, man. It was like 30 minutes ago. I got to get better at reading off messages quicker because I don't even know if he's still in here. But it's good to see him. It's good to see him. Member for 35 months. He says, long time no see, Blazer community goats with a peace sign. Listen, man.
What's up, Hyper Prime?
If you're still in here, it's good to see you. It's always good to see OGs, so to say, that hop back in the stream. So good to see you, man. But, yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And anything else you want to say, Eric?
Love you all. Have a good night.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. We're out of here. We'll catch you next time. Until then, as always, peace out. Go Blazers.